All right, so we're back on Match Day Live right here on GhanaWeb TV and then GhanaWeb.com. We are streaming on Facebook and then YouTube. Today, we'll be talking about the game going on at the Education City Stadium between South Korea and then the Black Stars of Ghana. Already, the two teams, Korea drew goalless with Uruguay, and Ghana lost 3-2 in the opening game to Portugal at the Stadium 974. My name is Joel Ashen, and today I'll be here with three gentlemen who will help me do the analysis and then the match day commentary. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, we start the discussion on the game. Welcome back from the break. This is Match Day Live right here on GhanaWeb TV. We are streaming on Facebook at the GhanaWeb and then on YouTube at GhanaWeb TV. And on our website, GhanaWeb.com, we are also streaming there. Today, the match in focus is Ghana against South Korea. A must-win game for either side. Defeat for the South Koreans won't be that bad, but for Ghana, it will be a big blow if we lose this game. But before I introduce my men for the day, let's go straight to Zoom where we have Mr. Chum Boafo, former board chairman of Ghana Free Zones. Good afternoon, Mr. Chum. If you can hear me, you've seen the lineup. How do you see our game plan for the day? Hello, Mr. Chum Boafo. So we'll try and then get him back on. I have here Mohammed Sharif from Star FM. Sharif, thanks for joining us here. My co-commentator Emmanuel Eninima.
We had a disappointing first game against Portugal, so we're expecting a win.
And then today we welcome our boss on the show, Mr. Edward Smith. He's our boss here at GhanaWeb. Ed, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Blaster is playing once again. It is a hope of all of us that today there will be a better game compared to what we had last. It wasn't that bad, but we believe Ghana is there for a reason and definitely they'll let it happen.
So a quick one on the African teams and then their performance so far. After match day 2, when we go through the results, Senegal won their game, Tunisia lost, Morocco against all the odds, they beat last edition's semi-finalist Belgium by 2-0, and then today the indomitable Lions of Cameroon 3, Serbia 3. In Sheriff, how do you see the African teams and then their performance so far?
I think the African team, their performance has been good. In the first round, it was very difficult for the African team to even get a goal. It took the Black Stars of Ghana to get the goals for the African teams in this year's World Cup. But in the second round, I think they've all lived up to expectation, with the exception of Tunisia, who were unable to win their game. But when you look at Senegal's game, it was no-brainer. Definitely, they were supposed to beat Qatar, and they did so, because when you are playing against the host nations, you need to at least score more than 2 goals, and they did that, because the host nations, most of the times, we know the rumors around these host nations that they are in their favor. But when you are able to score more than 2 goals, there is no way they are coming back into the game. And when we watched yesterday's game too, Morocco did a fantastic job. For me, these Belgians have never been impressed, or they've never impressed me before, because when you look at their golden generation, they didn't do anything, and without Lukaku, it was always going to be difficult for them to get the goals in. And when you look at their performances so far, Kevin De Bruyne has struggled to get some form, and when he's not in good shape, it affects the whole team, because everything depends on Kevin De Bruyne, especially their creativity, and Hazard is no more the Hazard we know again. So it's always difficult for the Seven Stars to even go out and then score goals. So for the Moroccans, they did a yeoman's job yesterday, and today too we've witnessed another fantastic job from the Cameroonians. I was expecting them to beat Serbia, but unfortunately they had a draw game where they have to come back from behind with two goals down to draw 3-3 with the Serbians. So they've done a fantastic job. We are looking forward to the season.
Ed, let me bring you in. A lot of people were happy that for the first time Africa is going to the World Cup, and all of our 5 reps are being coached by coaches who are from us in our countrymen who are doing the job. But the indomitable Lions of Cameroon, Rigobert Song, he has been criticized for the way he has been managing his team, and today was evident that in the first game people said Abubakar should start, and when he came on against Serbia, it was clear that he was the difference.
Yes, I think that for football, I stopped believing that you need your own coach or a coach from your country to be able to excel in any football tournament. I think that the case of Javi Renard, for instance, having won 2 African Cups with 2 different teams, and he's not from Africa, is even a lot to say for that. But with Cameroon, I must say I've been very disappointed in their style of play. I've been disappointed in this coach's way. His tactics hasn't been that strong himself. If you look at the kind of selection he's done, the fact that he constantly starts Choupo-Moting and also leaves Abubakar at the bench, knowing very well that you need, especially when you need to score a goal, you put your most potent striker in front. If you look at AFCON, the work of Abubakar Vincent is enough for you, for any coach to want to start him in a game. He's a troublesome forward player. He's very strong. He understands the game. He's very technical. And if you look at the goals he created today and the one he scored, that is a fantastic player. So I don't know why he was keeping him on the bench. And anytime he's come on, he's made a difference. So I think Song has to sit back and look at his team again and probably make their best decisions. But you see, then it brings out the similarities between him, the local coach as Song is, and then our own Ghanaian coach, which you can't say that there's much of a difference, because you see your coach making elementary mistakes that everybody in the football world understands this is a pure error, but the coach doesn't seem to see that was a mistake. But let's hope that today he makes the best of the decisions and we don't end up like Cameroon, because I personally was disappointed in Cameroon. Yes, they got 3-3, but I think they should have won the game.
Ima, there's been the argument that we lack concentration as African team, and then one day we'll really go into this. What happened to Morocco in '86 after topping a group with England and then Spain, and then they still lost in the round of 16. We have Cameroon, Ghana, Senegal, and all that. Even this year, AFCON, it seems all of our teams, they concede in the second half. Their second half is terrible. But today we saw a different second half from the indomitable Lions. Is it a case that we are improving our mental toughness in the game?
Sure, we are definitely improving, and Morocco showed that against Belgium, because they played against a Belgium side that dominated possession. Morocco didn't have more of the ball, but they stayed in the game. They kept their focus. They were even more dangerous than the Belgians. So it tells you that gradually we are getting the character of playing at the world stage, and Morocco showed that. And in today's game, Cameroon also exhibited another character that, I mean, we've been preaching for African teams to show at a competition like the World Cup. Going down 3-1 and coming back to equalize, and then they had even the opportunity to win the game, but they couldn't do that. So it tells you that gradually we are getting that character. You know, Ghana against Portugal, they beat us by character. I mean, we couldn't keep our composure in the latter part of the game, and then they took advantage of it. So I'm happy that Tunisia showed it against Denmark, Morocco showed it against Belgium, and then today we saw a good character by Cameroon.
All right, so you had my guys on the performance of the African team so far. After match day 2, Senegal, they have 3 points. Morocco, they have 4. Tunisia, 1. And then Cameroon, they also have a point. The Black Stars of Ghana will be playing our game today. We don't have a point. We lost our first game. Before we go into the tactics and what the two coaches are doing already, it seems the South Korean coach, he has a fair idea about our team, and he intends to exploit the same spaces the Portuguese used to beat us. But you went to town to speak to Ghanaians. If you check the mood and you compare it to that of last week, that is Thursday, is it the same, or this time around the game is higher?
I think Ghanaians are very optimistic ahead of this game. They are very, very confident. And with a few people I spoke to, they were very confident, predicting 5-0, 3-0, 2-1. So they are very confident that Ghana will win, because in the first game, Ghana gave good account of themselves on the pitch. And unfortunately, they lost by fine margins. It was unfortunate there. But I mean, with the ones I spoke to, they were, as I said, they were predicting 5-0, 4-0. So if you check the mood compared to last week, it's still there. I mean, they are very, very optimistic about Ghana winning. And I wasn't surprised, because with the performance they showed, definitely it will lift the mood. And I think if the boys manage to win this game, then I think the euphoria and then the hype will go even higher for the third game against Uruguay.
All right, so before I bring Edward and then Sheriff in, let's watch what Ghanaians on the streets of Accra told my colleague Emmanuel Enin ahead of this game.
Losing against Portugal by 3-2, the Black Stars of Ghana today will play against South Korea at exactly 1 p.m. And the game is a must-win game for the Black Stars, because if they lose this game, they are packing their bags and they will come home to Ghana. So today, they at least need a point from this game, and it's an important game for the Black Stars. My name is Emmanuel Enin, this is GhanaWeb TV. So I'm on the streets of Accra to sort some views from Ghanaians, how they are feeling and what's their expectation towards the game against South Korea. Ghana have met South Korea 4 times and they've won 3, South Korea winning 1. So my first guest on the show, Bosu, and the Black Stars said about South Korea. Who's the team debate me? I
go kai German challenges. Italy 2-0. Second match we win against USA. The third match we win against the second team. What do I say? You qualify. Czech Republic. Yeah. You win here. I qualify. So you did say everything qualify. You qualify.
Then I also say to Abubeya.
You say 2-1. 2-1.
All right. So he believes that today Black Stars will win by 2-1. Bosu, and the Black Stars say about South Korea. Would you say Ghana beat me?
Of course, you beat me, but you win match now. You're coach so. Last time no, Nanke deserve say it me win the game no. But to add the changes now or Kudus now or carry a game no. Or best sound Kudus. Inte ma pay pace never down. Inte and next so any changes here. You beat me win the game no. And I believe say you beat me win the game no.
Prediction base.
Oh 2-0. 2-0, yeah. 2-0.
So there's some bit of optimism among Ghanaians, and they believe that today the Black Stars will win. Bosu, good afternoon. And would you say Black Stars beat me South Korea?
Oh, by all means, we go score because.
So you saw Ghanaians predicting victory for Ghana against South Korea. Ed, when you were coming to work, what was the euphoria in town? Were people wearing their replica jersey? Were people anxious for the game?
Yes, of course. I mean, when it comes to Black Star, you know, it's not politics, so everybody is involved. And I think the only thing that keeps us together in these times is the football that we all enjoy. So you can tell people are optimistic. They believe that the Black Star will move on. You and I know of the fasting and prayers even before we went to the tournament. So obviously there are some people who are still not eating, even though I think it's advisable to eat before this game, which I have done. All of you are aware of that. But yes, Ghanaians are optimistic. Ghanaians want to see their stars win this match. I mean, as a consolation after the reading of the budget, which seems not to be too hopeful for a lot of Ghanaians. So we want to see something good. We believe that we can win against South Korea because they're a team that we've had very good games with, and there's nothing that can stop us from winning, except if, of course, the stars of the day don't swing the pendulum on our side.
All right, so Sheriff, let me bring you before I put out the lineup. What can you tell us about this South Korean team? Because it seems the regular thing in the media space is they can run. What do they bring on board that we should worry of?
I think everybody is right when they say they can run. The only good thing about them is their energy. But for me,
okay, so as Sheriff is talking, there are some live feed on the screen for you from our colleagues and bosses in Qatar who are serving us what is going on in Qatar as the players prepare to make their way onto the pitch. Sheriff, what can you tell us about the Korea team?
The good thing about them is their energy, because this team, they can run for full 90 minutes without getting tired, and then when the referee even blows the whistle for the game to be over, that's where they have even more energy. Because when you watch their game against Uruguay, they outrun the Uruguayans, just that the Uruguayans were more experienced than the South Koreans. When we take their average age, around 30 years, but yes, still they've got the energy. We the Black Stars, we are the youngest team in the World Cup with average age of 22 years. But yes, still, when we play, we clearly see that at a point we are tired and then we cannot run anymore. But with these South Koreans, they average 30 years, but yes, still they've got the energy to run, they've got the pace. But the good thing is that they don't have goals in them, because when we watch the game against Uruguay, you could clearly see that they were toothless in front of goal. They were not getting in, they were not getting so many chances, and then even the ones that they got, they failed to take those chances, and that is a positive sign for the Black Stars. So for me, this game is going to be an interesting one, a very difficult one. When you look at the Black Stars too, it is very difficult for us to score goals. When you look at our front line, none of them is a proper or out-and-out striker in this our team. So there's going to be a shared responsibility in terms of goal scoring among the front players. And so this is a game between sides that have energy to play, but yes, so they can't take their chances. With the South Koreans, they have a proven goal scorer in Son Heung-min, but for the Black Stars, you cannot tell, apart from Andre Ayew, who is sometimes leading as an example for the Black Stars, the rest of the players are inexperienced in the World Cup, and so it's very difficult for them to take their chances. But it's going to be an interesting game for the Black Stars.
All right, so on your screens, you can see Ghanaian fans in Qatar waving their flags and then showing the world that we are the Black Stars. And then we pray that God will bless our homeland Ghana and make our team great and famous. Let me take you through the lineup for today. It's going to be a tough job for me and then Emmanuel. And then the Koreans are we're playing a back 4-2-3-1 formation, and then they have goalkeeper S.J. Kim. Yes, he is the first Kim that you'll be hearing, so keep that in mind. If you hear S.G., it means that we are talking about the goalkeeper. Their number 2 wearing the number 3 jersey is Jin Soon Kim. So we'll be hearing J.S. Kim. They have 2 center backs is M.J. Kim wearing number 4 jersey, number 19 Y.J. Kim, and they are left back will be M.H. Kim. 2 men up front, we have I.B. Hwan and then W.J. Juan. Yes, they are the 2 men in front of the defense. There are 3 men up front. We have C.H. Kwan, W.Y. John, and then Son Heung-min, whom we all know because he plays in the English Premier League for Tottenham Hotspurs. And then a 1-man up front is going to be Cho. Yes, Cho will be leading the attack. Then the Black Stars of Ghana, very quick. We are also going for 4 men at the back. Goalkeeper Lawrence Atizigi, Tariq Lamptey, Daniel Amate, Salisu Muhammad, and then Gideon Mensah replacing Abdul Babaraman. Abdul Samed Salis will be playing as the lone man midfield. You've finally gotten what you wanted. Kudus Mohammed and Thomas Partey in front of Salis, and a 3-man attack of Jordan Ayew, Inaki Williams, and then Andrew Ayew. In terms of the tactical positions, what do we have to know about these two sides?
I think with South Korea, we've Ed and Sharif have highlighted on their energy and the fact that they use speed. But one thing that stands out in their play is how they play through the channels. You know, they are not tall, so they try to dominate the opponent with spaces. So they play in between the channels. So you, in attack, you could have they can have the overload, where on the right side, like Tariq Lamptey, when Son Heung-min is on the ball, you have one player in behind Tariq Lamptey, ready to run in behind Tariq Lamptey. So that's what the Black Stars should be wary of, how they play in between the lines. I mean, against Uruguay, they had a good chance that they could score through that pattern of play, but unfortunately they couldn't connect the ball. But I think the deficiency in their game is they play with high press, aggressive pressing, because they have the energy. But when they commit more men forward, that is where they become vulnerable. There are so many spaces left behind. But I'm disappointed in Ghana's lineup because the spaces left behind the South Korean backline, you need speedsters to occupy those spaces, exploit those spaces. But here's the case: we are having Jordan Ayew, who is not quick. He loves to hold on to the ball, try to draw his men into the attack before he releases. And you have Andre Ayew on the other flank, who is also not quick. So I think that's the only problem I have with the Ghanaian setup. But I think Otto Addo with a 4-2-3-1 clearly is giving us the signal that this time he's not going in the game with a defensive approach, but offensive. And he's playing a 3-man midfield of Thomas Partey, Kudus Mohammed, and then Salis. We know Thomas Partey can play as the number 8, where he will carry the ball more, try to break the lines. That was the role he was playing for Atletico Madrid when Rodri was around. So this is a role for Thomas Partey that he is familiar with. And you have Kudus Mohammed, who you've given the free role to operate, move from the left-sided 8. He can drive into the number 10 role and then try to create for Jordan Ayew and then Andre Ayew on the left side and then Inaki Williams. So I think it's a good way to set up your team. But I'm looking forward to how the midfield battle will be like. And looking at the back line, if you are going for a 4-back and you choose Mohamed Salisu and then Daniel Amate, I like it because Mohamed Salisu is left-footed, so he occupying the left-sided of defense is perfect. Then you have Daniel Amate. He showed his confidence on the ball against Portugal. He was one of the few players who could progress the ball from defense and then try to put Ghana on the front foot. So with that defense pair, I think it's okay, and it gave us a win against Switzerland. So I think they are a defensive pair that they played themselves for a while now. This will be their 3rd game playing together. So I expect them to have a good game. But my problem is Ghana's concentration when defending. When we are defending, how we set our offside traps, how we stay in line, how we organize ourselves. Now, we know Daniel Amate is a commander-in-chief when it comes to our defense, but Salisu Mohammed does the same job for Southampton. So within the two, who is the commander? Who is commanding the back line? If we don't get who will organize the back line, always we have miscommunication, and our game plan will always be in trouble when the Koreans start attacking us. So I think the team, they have to be aware that this Korean side are going to press them high. So when they have the ball, they have to play their passes well. You don't lose ball at offensive areas, else you will be punished.
All right, so you had Emmanuel Lenin. We have a few minutes to kick off at the Education City Stadium. It is South Korea playing as the home team against the Black Stars of Ghana. And then the World Cup is a tournament that you can never take history out. History always plays, and then since 1950, no newcomer has ever won the World Cup. If you can win, you have to at least have made an appearance in the semi-finals before.
It's similar to the UEFA
Champions League.
Before you win a Champions League, you have to play in a final
semi-final, final before. Now, Ed, I said this because I want to. The Black Stars, since we made our debut in the World Cup in 2006, we've never lost on match day 2. We are playing against a Korean side that a day they pray it doesn't come in their lives as a football nation. It's the second day in the FIFA World Cup. Since 1954, 9 games, and then they've lost 6, and they've drawn 3 out of the total 9 games. Against Ghana, 3, we've won 2, we've won 1, and then we've drawn 2. How will history play its part in favor of us ahead of the game?
I think that looking at what we did in the first match against Portugal, the momentum is on our side. Yeah. Ghana has a positive foot forward with that game because we have something to ride on. Yeah. Because coming back from a goal goes down and then being able to fight that hard is good. But history are meant to be broken. You understand? So, and if you look at this World Cup, nothing has really followed historically the pattern. So we've seen teams, I mean, for instance, Argentina, of all people, losing to Saudi Arabia. That's a big history on its own. So I don't think a lot of things will ride on history today. A lot of things will ride on technicalities, coaching abilities.
All right, so at the end of the day, it's going where?
I think Ghana will win, but it all depends on what we do from the 60th to the 75th minute.
All right, so we're back live at the Education City Stadium, South Korea, playing against the Black Stars of Ghana. They've never won on match day 2 against a Black Stars team who have never lost on match day 2 in 3 games. So in 2006, Ghana will beat the Czechs by 2-0. The game has already started at the Education City Stadium. The South Korean coach Paulo Bento already said that he knows the spaces behind the Ghanaian team and will have to exploit. Coach Otuado is also making his second appearance in the FIFA World Cup as a coach after playing in the 2006 FIFA World Cup. Ghana, from commentary position, are in their white jerseys, and they will be hitting from right to left, whilst the Korean will be playing from left to right. Jordan Ayew has been fouled by Guan. Referee Anthony Taylor is at the center of attraction for today. We take the ball quickly. Gideon Mensah rolls it back to Salisu Mohammed. Mohammed back to Gideon Mensah, to Salis. The Koreans are pressing. Ghana give the ball away quickly. Kim, that is JS Kim, went back to his goalkeeper, SJ Kim. Now the Kims are playing among themselves at the back. Sheriff, we've done 2 minutes. What can you see so far?
When you look at the game so far, the Black Stars of Ghana, they are building up very slow from the back. And then when you look at the game, when the ball goes to the Korean side, when their keeper has the ball, it is Inaki Williams who is responsible to trigger the press. And for me, if you are triggering the press, the one who is next to you have to make sure that you block the passing lane of the goalkeeper or the one who is serving the ball. But in our first game against Portugal, we didn't see that from Dede Ayew. So this time around, I'm expecting them to follow suit whenever the press, the one who is triggering the press, go like Inaki Williams going right now. I expect Jordan and his brother to block the passing lanes of the Koreans.
All right, so the Koreans have their ball in the 18-yard box. There was a press from Andre Ayew to force YJ Kim to clear the ball out of danger. Tariq Lamptey will fancy this one. He took it back to Daniel Amate, Amate to Partey. And today Partey is high on the pitch to Kudus Mohammed. He has been fouled by W.Y. John. Kudus Mohammed. Ghanaians were furious that Otuado decided to take him off after creating Andre Ayew's equalizer against Portugal.
He is the schemer, and when you are playing a game against Portugal and your schemer is having a good day, even if he's on a yellow card, you should allow him to play. So I understand why people were angry.
Free kick for Ghana inside 3 minutes. Jordan and Kudus behind the ball. But Kudus will fancy this one straight. Partey couldn't get the first touch. The Koreans cleared their lines, but Gideon Mensah was there to send in the rebound. And now Ghana will have to do some defending here. C.H. Kwan finds his teammate within the lines. Korea, Ghana, they cut in between Ghana inside the 18-yard box. And there is the block from Daniel Amate. The Koreans are saying what they promised to do. But there is a counter-attack from Kudus Mohammed to break the attack. Andre Ayew. Andre trying to find his brother. Jordan couldn't go past. MH came. Ima.
Yeah,
the Koreans are saying exactly what they promised to do.
This is what I told you. Occupying the spaces behind Black Stars line. They don't have the height. So they rely on the spaces in between the defense. And look at that run to open the Black Stars defense. This is what you have to be wary of when you're playing as a side like South Korea. So I think the one thing that is going in the advantage of Black Stars is the Koreans are not pressing as high as they did against Uruguay. So they are buying us some time on the ball. And that will help Ghana, because if you are able to keep the ball for some time, then we grow in confidence. So I like how the game has started.
He likes how the game has started. Ed, we've done close to 5 minutes.
I think so far it's been good, except that I see Tariq Lamptey switching places to defend, but when it comes to the other side, he seems to have left a little bit of space, which we were able to cut in. You can also tell that the Koreans have a lot of respect for the Black Stars and the way they are playing, so they are being very careful because they know that we can do them damage. But we need to keep the ball more, because we're giving out balls that we don't have to give out, and that should be something we should focus on. Keeping the ball, allowing ourselves to play the ball and bringing them into our play.
Thomas Partey to Salis. Salis will find Kudus Mohammed in between 3 Koreans. They heckle him to take the ball, and now Son Heung-min is on the break. He has been fouled, tripped by Tariq Lamptey. He should be careful. Anthony Taylor doesn't joke with the yellow cards.
That was unnecessary, because I felt Son Heung-min wasn't in a dangerous position to foul him from behind. Amate had it all covered, but it was unnecessary, and he's lucky not to go in the books of the referee.
5 minutes 6 inside the Education City Stadium. Son was not really impressed with only the foul. Probably he wanted Anthony Taylor to dish out a yellow card for Tariq Lamptey, which would have been a big blow, because we are going to see a very tough battle between the two. But Son Heung-min will fancy this free kick. Ghana had one. The Koreans cleared the ball with ease. Let's see if the Black Stars can replicate the action. Son went in for KS Jim. The Koreans are still trying to use the spaces in the 18-yard box. But that was a good clearance from Jordan Ayew.
That's very good from Jordan Ayew. I mean, a good eye to spot the player isolated on the other side, to be able to move him and then do the necessary thing. That is one thing you cannot take away from Jordan. He knows when to come in and help in defense. And we just hope that in this game he will keep his composure and his emotions in check properly.
The first corner in the game go to South Korea after Jordan Ayew's interception to deny the Koreans from whipping in a dangerous ball into our box. Son Heung-min, they decided to go short. They whip in the ball. Andre Ayew was there. The ball bounced back to Korea. But that was a good block from Tariq Lamptey. W.Y. John had a shot at goal, but good interception and a good block from Tariq Lamptey. Another corner for South Korea.
A very good block, and I think the Koreans know their way around set pieces. They know they are not tall, so they are using a training ground routine to get past Black Stars behind. But so far, Ghana, our defense have been resolute.
Let's see. Son whipping it again. Koreans get the first ball inside the 18-yard box. We give it to them again. W.A. now will go for a long one, still inside our box. But there is the cam. We lose it again. Koreans have begun pressing. But Thomas Partey was there to clear the ball from danger. It's still with South Korea inside our own area. They win another corner again. Pressure on the Black Stars, conceding 3 corners in the last 3 minutes. Sheriff.
So the South Koreans, they were pressing, and that is another aspect that Ghana must keep an eye on, the transition. Whenever you win the ball, you have to make sure you are quick enough to release the ball to your forward players. And when you look at the South Koreans, they make sure that all the Black Stars players are behind the ball, and so when they get the ball, it's very hard for them to locate their forward players. And when you look at the chance that has resulted in all these corners,
they take the ball quickly, they whip it again. Andrew Ayew is there to clear his line. The Black Stars captain has been up with his defensive abilities. The Koreans will have to build back again. JS Kim whipping the ball straight to find MH Kim. Son Heung-min inside our own area. Our players were protesting for an infringement. They claim the ball must have hit the hand of CH Kwan. But the referee ignored the whipping the ball straight. And Son Heung-min and his brothers couldn't control the ball. And now we have a welcome goal kick for Lawrence Atizigi.
Now we have, we can breathe because we've lived dangerously in the last 2 minutes, but we were able not to concede. And we still have to improve on how we hold on to the ball and how we want to locate Inaki Williams, because if we want to play in the long balls, Korea are not, pressing high, so they are not leaving spaces, they are not committing moment up front. So if you try to go with the long balls, they are always going to get the first touch on the ball and then bring it out. So I think we have to resort to patience, build up, keep possession, and then find the spaces, play the right passes, and then create chances in this game.
Let's see, 10 minutes of action. No shots on target. But so far, there's been some moments of scare from the Koreans. Building again, JS Kim. Gideon Mensah cleared the ball back to Korea. And now they are in total control of the game. They are pushing the Black Stars back, and Ghana will have to be careful. MH Kim is being challenged by Tariq Lamptey. He put the ball behind spaces, and it took Thomas Partey to step in and save the situation, preventing Son Heung-min from entering our goal area. The 4th corner in 5 minutes for Korea.
That shows how pressing they have been so far. And Ghana needs to be very, very careful the way we handle the ball. We keep on losing the ball needlessly. And that you cannot play football when you don't have possession of the ball. And we need to be able to hold the ball and then locate our players as we move.
So whipping the ball straight. Salisu was there to clear. It goes back to the Koreans. And they are bringing the pressure again. The Ghanaians are finding it difficult to deal with them. Son Heung-min already going past Jordan Ayew. They're whipping the ball. There was another block from Tariq Lamptey. Corner again for Korea.
Tariq is defending very well with the blocks. He's made about 2 blocks so far, which both of them were important. But I think still we should know how to keep hold of the ball. Now we are under pressure, so I think here we should keep our composure. By 15 minutes, we'll get into our groove and then come in the game.
Son, then deliveries haven't been that good. And Ghana gets out from this set piece pressure. Tariq Lamptey could have calmly decided to control the ball and find his teammate. But he decided that safety first. So he cleared the ball out and it's back to Korea. The Kings are dictating the pace at the back. The whipping finds Son Heung-min. Tariq Lamptey facing him again. He's been pressed by Thomas Partey. He took the ball back to Kwan, back to W.Y. John. And there is the Koreans in possession. They've never won on match day 2 in the history of the World Cup. But today, whatever happens in history, might change. Whether the Black Stars will maintain their 100% history on March Day 2. And on March Day 2, Ghana, we've been playing some worthy opponents there in 2006. After losing in our opening game to Italy, we beat the Czechs by 2 goals to 0 goals from Baby Jets, Samuel Jan and Sule Muntari. And Stephen Appiah was the main man on the day. He created all the 2 goals. And now we go again. Tariq Lamptey, he has been put in through by. And Tariq back to Partey. Partey to Salis. He's pushing forward to Jordan Ayew. Jordan rolls the ball back to Gideon Mensah. Mensah took it back. Salis will push them forward. Salis was trying to find Andre Ayew. But came clear the ball and hit the face of Salis. Yeah. And the ball will return back to Korea.
For the first time, we saw a Black Star side that's trying to hold on to possession and then pass among themselves. It was a good move, but it couldn't result in a big chance. But it's okay because it's 90 minutes. Koreans had their moments.
Yeah.
Obviously, Black Stars will have their moments, and I know they will make it count.
Obviously, we'll have our moments, but so far, the 2 men in the Korean midfield, which is IB Hwan and WY Juan, they've taken control of the midfield with supply from CW Kwan. Kwan have the ball. He's being pressed by Gideon Mensah. He takes the ball back to Kim. JS Kim. And JS Kim. It's true. And Thomas Partey win the ball. Jordan Ayew. And that was a very poor pass from Jordan Ayew to Inaki Williams. I'm wondering where Inaki showed that he sent boats to be able to pick that pass.
If you know Inaki is a speedster. He has pace. So I think it was a poor pass. It should have been a simple pass to Inaki. But Jordan, he played. The pass was too powerful for him.
The pass was too powerful for Jordan. JS came with a throw in the defensive area of South Korea. And there is Andre Ayew, there is Jordan. Andre, he leaves his marker. Kim gave him the ball back to. And there is a tussle. Gideon Mensah won the draw, but the ball reverts back to Korea. There is a good skill from JS Kim. The Koreans are going now with Son Heung-min around the Ghanaian 18-yard box. Back to JS Kim. They're whipping the ball straight. And the Koreans still have the ball. And there is another block from who else again? Tariq Lamptey, another corner for Korea.
When you watch the game physically, you could clearly see, I don't know whether they switched formation on the field of play because Andre Ayew is playing very close to Inaki Williams as a front 2. And so he's not doing the duty of a winger who is supposed to come back and then help the right back. Same as Jordan Ayew. It's like Kudus have drifted wide of the attack and it has left a lot of space for the South Korea, especially with Son Heung-min, and then he's getting a lot of balls into the box. So I think the coach should spot that deficiency and then allow whoever is supposed to track back to do that particular job. That's why I was not impressed with the lineup. Maybe we need speedsters who play out wide, and whenever we are in defense, they can come back and also help the defenders.
We need to be careful. We've considered the 6th free kick corner. The whipping the ball. Korea gets the first touch. And I'm seeing that Cho is crying, or he wants a foul. No, the ball didn't hit the hand of Salisu. Another corner for Korea.
You know, the same way the Koreans play with the Uyghurs the same way and didn't get a shot on target. Yeah. So, and they've not been able to score in 3 of their last 5 games. So, I'm wondering if this is going to be another example, or this time the Black Stars would give in.
They are getting all the dead ball. Now, Korea. It has been blocked by Andre Ayew. Kudus Muhammad give it away. We are still on the attack. We are struggling to get away from our goal area. Son Heung-min wanted to try a bicycle kick, but Tariq Lamptey was there to clear the ball out of danger.
We are suffering because of Andre Ayew, his position. It has exposed pivots, that's Salis and then Thomas Partey, because the Koreans are penetrating our midfield with ease. If you have Kudus within that area, he can defend very well. But if you put him on the wing, you expect him to track back. That's what Kudus doesn't do really well. So I think we are struggling because of Andre Ayew, and the Koreans are having the midfield for themselves, and then they are dominating the game.
The Koreans are dominating the game, proper domination. But now they've been running all over, and MHK is coming again. He whipping the ball, and so far Tariq Lamptey has been superb with his blocks. But I don't know, whenever we get the ball, we just balloon the ball as if there is a target man we are trying to give the ball to. We win the ball again. Tariq Lamptey has been fouled by the man wearing jersey number 3 for the Koreans, J.S. Kim, left back. He has been involved in a couple of attacks for the Koreans, and Thomas Partey draws back to pick the pass. Jordan Ayew nearly gave the ball away in a dangerous position, but the Korean couldn't hold on to possession, and now it's Tariq Lamptey running. And Tariq has been dispossessed. Andre Ayew win the ball. Andre around the Korean box. And Anthony Taylor has scored for an infringement. The first yellow card on Daniel Amate. First yellow card has been given to Daniel Amate.
Okay.
Amate won the ball, but it was his reaction after Amate committed a foul on Cho.
Yeah, that was silly. Now he's in the books. He has to be careful.
Very needless challenge.
4 players have committed a yellow card in the last set up. 4 of them. Now Andrea Ayew, Inaki Williams, Kudus, and now Daniel Amate. They are all on yellow cards. So it's very difficult for the Blasters now to go into crunch tackles.
It will be difficult for them. But we've done 21 minutes of action, you know?
Yeah, it's been a one-sided game so far. Korea, they are dominating proceedings. They are having more of the ball. But they are yet to create a big chance, a goal-scoring chance. And the Black Stars are, I mean, they are keeping their shape at the back. This is the first time I've seen the Black Stars play a back 4 and remain this resolute. So how long are they going to do this? We live to see. But I mean, Coach Ado needs to do something. I think Andre Ayew shouldn't come after the first half. He is causing a lot of problems, and he is exposing our midfield.
Andre, and now we are on the break. Jordan Ayew is 3 against 3. Kudus Mohammed. Jordan went for the wrong option, but still with Inaki Williams whipping the ball. But there is a clearance from Kim, and Son Heung-min was there to clear the ball out of total danger. Lawrence Atizigi also give the ball away. We win his back. Jordan Ayew back to Thomas Partey. And now we're going again. Partey to Andre Ayew. Tariq Lamptey. He is the only direct player we seems to have. He get the ball and he's pushing and he's whipping the ball, trying to find Inaki Williams. The cross was feeble, but we win it back to Amate. Amate finds Salis to Partey. Partey, he dribble one, he give the ball away, we win it back. And Salis is still trying to, and Jordan, possession. Jordan wins a foul for us.
Yeah, this is what we get from Jordan Ayew. He is kind of lazy player, but when he is on the ball, it's difficult to dispossess him, and he tried to win a free kick. I think he's been good compared to his brother. He's been really good and he's been helpful down the left-hand side, winning free kicks for the Black Stars and then holding on to possession to, give the team some ease. Hopefully, we will make this set piece count.
37% of ball possession for Ghana, 63 for the Koreans, but just like Alhaji Karim Gruza will say, a goal na mafefe. At the end of the day, we'll ask who scored, not who dominated the game. A free kick for Ghana. And there is a tussle between Jordan and Kudus, who will take responsibility. But Jordan whipping the ball in swinger. And there's a bounce. And there is Salisu Mohammed. Salisu Mohammed gets the first goal for the Black Stars. Salisu Mohammed gets the first goal for the Black Stars. It was a little bit of tussle from Jordan Ayew's cross. The Koreans couldn't deal with it. It was in between the legs of the four Kings. And there was Salisu Mohammed. There was Andrew Ayew, Daniel Amante, and the boy from Zongo in Kumasi, Sariki, that is his name, has taken the ball home.
These are the advantages Ghana have over the South Korean. And so whenever you are playing against this team, you have to let the set pieces count because of their height. We have got the height more than them. When you look at our front players, they have the height. When you look at our back lines, they have the height. And so whenever we have set pieces like this, the only thing you need is someone who makes sure that you put in a good cross and then find targets in the box. And then when we find a target, no matter who is marking our player, I know we are going to win the ball, and that's exactly what's happened.
I think we should give Jordan Ayew his flowers. That was a superb free kick. To put the ball in that zone, we have to commend him for that free kick. And he came up with the idea that Kudus Mohammed should try laying the ball to him, and he stopped to disorganize the Koreans' defense, and then he did that beautiful swinging. So I think the goal is being reviewed handball.
The ball is the goal. They are reviewing the game. Possible handball on Andre.
But his hand was to his side.
Yeah.
Not. It was. Yeah.
A possible review.
Yeah. I think the goal won't stand.
Imatains, the goal won't stand.
From the way the ball hits and
Anthony Taylor is communicating, and I don't like this type of VAR review. No, I don't like the type that they communicate. Let the referee just go and then watch. so that you also see the replay again.
Well, I think the referee only goes to the screen when there is a decision between the two.
And there is a goal.
The goal stands.
It's a goal.
And there is a goal.
I told you his hand was to his side, so per the rule, his hand must be in a position that is not normal.
Yeah, and with that position, he couldn't. He had no what to do because
he keep the hand?
We get our goal from Sariki.
No one is.
For all you know, it is the VAR we didn't get in the Portugal game. They are just paying us back in this game.
And there is Tariq Lamptey dazzling. Win the ball back. Now we are going. They are trying to hold on Kudus Mohammed. You cannot stop Kudus Mohammed. The only option you have is to follow the Nima boy.
I think Tariq Lamptey has been superb. He's been the best player. And this is why you need Tariq Lamptey, because in games like this, they are not going to put the ball. The opponents are not going to put in long balls. Yeah. The ball will be on the turf, and he is very good with his 2 foot. He can take on his marker. He has space to recover and in defense.
And so I think block the shot too.
He's done a great job today, and kudos to him.
Kudos to Tariq Lamptey. We have another set piece. The Koreans couldn't make their own count. Ghana, we scored from our second set piece in the game. Let's see, about 15 meters away from the 18-yard box. This one, it won't be another decoy. And there is another in-swinger from Kudus Mohammed. The Koreans get to it, and they were able to defend the second ball too. And there is Tariq Lamptey. Back to his goalkeeper, Atizigi. Atizigi doesn't even want trouble. He had an option to pass, but he said, no, I know my people. He whipping the ball, and now the Koreans are coming again. Mohamed Salisu. And there is Son Heung-min chasing the ball, but Lawrence Atizigi is there. The tall, gallant Rastaman throw one stone.
Gradually, Atizigi is becoming the number one we wanted him to be. His composure, his confidence in the post. Yes, this is what we expected from him. He's been with the Black Stars for so long. And to see Jojo Wolcott get ahead of him on the pecking order, it was so disappointing. Gradually, we are getting the Atizigi we all wanted.
We're getting the Atizigi we all wanted. There is an infringement on GS Cho. Yes, Daniel Gideon Mensah. It was Salisu Muhammad giving Cho a feel of the Cho we eat in Ghana. Salisu Muhammad, born on April 17, 1999 in Sabo Zongo.
Yeah.
In the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly.
Just 23 years.
23 years of age, plays for Southampton. Last season's English Premier League, he ended the season as the player with the most interception. Partey gives the ball away. Now there is Gideon Mensah. He's stepping to force the Korean to take the ball back. South Korea stole Andre Ayew fighting. And there is Salis. He has been able to settle well in the team.
Yeah, Salis playing the lone midfield role. He's been good. And I like the fact that when he picks up the ball, his priority is to pass forward. He doesn't pass back, and that's helping the team. It keeps the team on the front foot.
I love players with that ability. You have no business taking the ball back unless in an extreme situation. And I've always said, if I'm a coach, I will get back to that. JS came, he lose possession to Kudus. Good. From the IS man to track back to Andre Ayew. A good flick. Andre to Partey. Partey take it back to Amate. Amate is telling his men, move, give space. And there is Gideon Mensah to the goal scorer, Sariki, to Partey. It seems there has been a switch in position between Partey and Salis.
Yeah, they are playing double pivot, and double pivot, you usually don't have one player being constant. You rotate as and when the game.
And it seems, we've switched to a back three when we have the ball.
When that's, I think that's the tactic we have to commend Otuado for, because he knows that we are playing a back four. When we decide to build from the back with the two center backs, it will be a problem. So one of the double pivots has to drop back, form the three back system, and then we build from there.
Form and we build, and there is Inaki Williams with a good control. Inaki, he finds someone to go. Inaki Williams.
Oh, come on.
First time pass. He should have released the ball.
Should have released the ball to Kudus.
There you instead.
And I'm not surprised. So many of passing. That was a good block from MJ Kim to deny Inaki from having a shot at goal. And in 2006, when Ghana got the first goal on match day 2 against the Czechs, we went on to win 2-0. In 2010, we conceded the first goal, and Jan came with the equalizer. In 2014, we conceded the first goal against Germany. Mario Götze got the goal, but there was Andre Ayew with the equalizer. So as it stands now, the Omen favors the Black Stars of Ghana having taken the lead in this game.
Yeah. So far, it looks like after we scored the goal, we seem to have relaxed play, trying to take control of the game. But I think this is a time where we need to push a little bit. I mean, if you're not even going too hard, we need to be able to make the runs in the Koreans area and then get them to feel the threat of the Black Stars so that we can still be able to hold the midfield, because from what we are playing, we are losing the midfield and they are playing at us all this while.
And now we are going in transition. Gideon Mensah high up on the pitch. Good dribble. Gideon pushing the ball. He take it back to Andre. They decided to slow the pace of the game. They take it back again to Sarki, to Andre. And Andre Ayew to his brother Jordan. A quick one, Gideon Mensah. And now we have to build again. But we are still in possession. That's the good thing. We've been the better side since Salisu Mohammed's ball entered the net. And Gideon Mensah go for a long one to Inaki Williams. Good control. He's being challenged by Kim. And there's the good hold-up play we're expecting from our man. And as we already wrote on GhanaWeb.com, play to the strength of your striker. Involve him in play. Daniel Amate, he's been called by a party. And now we seem to have some control in our midfield. Salis, you go wide to Gideon Mensah. He couldn't take in the cross. Jordan will try another in-swing again. There is Kudus. And there is Kudus. And there is Kudus Mohamed. 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 And we get our second goal. It was an in-swinger again from Jordan Ayew. In-swinger again from Jordan Ayew. And look at the Ghanaians at the Education City Stadium. The Koreans, they bow their heads down. You are playing against your masters. You need to respect. God bless our homeland Ghana and make our Black Stars great and famous. Ghana 2, South Korea 0.
Joe, I'm stunned by Black Stars play. Can you count the number of passes that led to this goal? This is one of the best Black Stars goal I've ever witnessed. I mean, the composure to build from the back. They didn't get a chance. They had to take it back and then build again for Jordan Ayew to swing in that ball. I think we are witnessing the best version of Black Stars today.
We are witnessing the best version. Ima, very soon I want you to take me to social media. What are Ghanaians saying? Munye dede. Ghana 2. And in our history, in the World Cup, it has never happened that we've taken a 2-goal lead and any country has come back in the game. And in our history, the only game that Ghana took a 2-goal lead was against the Czechs, and we went on to win that game.
Yeah, obviously, you expect Black Stars to go on and win this game. They've dominated the game after a sloppy start in the first 10 minutes. They are back, and then they've stamped their authority in the game. We've seen Thomas Partey getting more of the ball, Salis Mohamed being superb on the ball. So I think it's how we keep our composure and try and get a third goal and then kill the game off.
Now JS Kim has been stopped by Tariq Lamptey. What a player he has been. We go again. Ghana, we are on the break. Kudus Mohamed, the Wakanda man, finds to Jordan Ayew today. Jordan will get all the praise. He has really worked hard. And Jordan, he could have decided to go because we need a third goal. So when we are done, we can now pray that the Portuguese will do the half work for us by beating the Uruguayans. We go again. Tariq Lamptey whipping the ball, and there is Inaki Williams. He controls it, still in it. But we win it back with ease. Partey and Salis are now working. They came to work today. Gideon Mensah. And that's a good start from Salis. And it's like we are slowing down. And Kudus Mohamed doing what he does best. Tariq Lamptey is the only direct player we have been whipping the ball. And JS came, clear the ball. And then you cannot go past Tariq.
I think after Morocco, after Morocco, this is the best African side we've seen in the World Cup. The game they played against Portugal and how they've dominated the South Koreans. I mean, this is the best African team we've seen in the World Cup this year after Morocco.
Is somebody cutting onions? Is somebody cutting onions? We need more goals, and then we can pray for Portugal to complete the work for us.
If Portugal manage to beat Uruguay,
and Son Heung-min is clear, and our defenders they step in Son with the ball.
Lamptey again. And
then we put the ball straight and a good save from Lawrence Atizigi. Whoever said that Lawrence Atizigi is a fair man, today you're going to have a different story to tell. It's an offside, but a fantastic save from Lawrence Atizigi.
It was a brilliant save. I think the defenders did well, especially Tariq Lamptey, his recovery was good, and Lawrence Atizigi. Now you talk about his confidence. When a goalkeeper is confident in post, he does everything to perfection.
Lawrence Atizigi, he plays in the Swiss League.
Yeah, St. Gallen.
St. Gallen. And now we are growing in confidence. It's as if we sell confidence here in Ghana. Anthony Taylor.
I think we should keep our composure. We shouldn't lose our heads. They are starting to give the ball out easily. It shouldn't happen.
And if you look at the Koreans, seems to have dropped a little bit backward to be able to organize their defense properly. So we need to also maintain our composure and see where the holes will be and move in. But I still don't understand that offside rule where they have to finish playing the ball before the flag goes up. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
That is when the linesman is not sure of the call. Yeah. If he's not sure, he has to let the ball, the play go on. And maybe if
and when does it become small? Sure.
No, but you see, the rule is because of VAR. If you are not sure of the call, you don't make it. So allow them to play. There is a VAR now. There is an automated ball they are playing, which they have been using for the offside rule. I'm sure that the earlier game we watched between Serbia and then Cameroon. Yeah. Without this automated machines and all that,
it would have been offside.
All the two equalizers would have been ruled offside. The Koreans whipping the ball straight, and there is Sairiki at the back to clear it. W.Y. John. If you are a Korean and you are watching,
sorry for the pronunciation.
Sorry for some. That's why we've been using the abbreviation WY, and then we go. But J.S. Kim, so far he seems to be the most dangerous lateral defender for Korea, but the absence of Tariq Lamptey has really limited his attacking options.
Tariq Lamptey has been very solid in defense, for him, because of the speed he has got. Even though whenever he advances, he's able to recover very quickly to help the defenders, and so he has been very good. And most people doubted his defensive abilities coming into this game. That some people preferred Ali Seidu ahead of. They preferred him to Tariq Lamptey, but so far he has shown that in defense he's good and in attack too he's good. So he has given the coach every reason why he's supposed to start the Black Stars game.
There is Kudus Muhammad. They call him the star boy of the Johan Cruyff Arena in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands. He's proving everybody wrong, including his coach, Alfred Schroeder, in the UEFA Champions League with some explosive goals against Rangers and Liverpool.
I think if you need a player, if you are talking about a Ghanaian player who has tough mentality, Kudus Mohammed is one of them. And with all that he's been through, he managed to adapt to a new formation, a new position he's not familiar. And then he delivered. Now he's on the market. Juventus, Tottenham Hotspur, Everton, all over. Everybody is watching Kudus Mohammed, and I'm happy for him. His first game, he had a good game. Second game, he's been fantastic. So Ayers are coming to cash out. They will cash out.
And already the Ayers legends, they've been criticizing Alfred Schroeder for his decision to be leaving him on the bench because they believe he's their best ball carrier. So you don't understand why he still have to be finding space by all means for Dusan Tadic.
If you lost Anthony and you have Kudus, you have to play Kudus in a position he will be familiar, because Anthony was the target man out wide, and then he was able to hold on to possession and then try to take on people opponents and then create something. So if you have Kudus and you play him as false nine, limit his quality, definitely people will complain.
Ghana.
But he did say he wasn't comfortable in the first nine.
Yeah, he did say that. Yeah, he said it was even one of the reasons why he wanted to leave Ayers to the Premier League. He said he had spoken to Frank Lampard. Everything had been agreed, but it seems the Ajax board were not ready to let him go on loan.
It's very typical. It's like the Thomas Partey situation where, but if Ajax loses Kudus, it's a big loss for them because he's a very fantastic player. It's exciting to watch.
Okay. On social media, Jordan Ayew is trending.
Yes.
And this is a tweet by Kudus.
That's Jordan.
Jordan has more crosses than the Catholic Church. So, I mean, if Jordan Ayew scores there, the number of deleted tweets go plenty. Agenda boys are waiting, but the agenda
and then the agenda for
well, Jordan is one of our most criticized players in the Black Stars. Even in the last match against Portugal, people criticized him because he lost the ball, and then that resulted in a goal.
In the 2 goals.
So he's one player that, even with his output for the Black Stars, we haven't really given him the credit that he deserves. But there's been a lot of questionable decisions he has made in the course of his play. So it's a 50-50 thing. I think he's here to prove to us why he is where he is.
I said for me, if I will be able to point his best tournament, and then Korea inside the box, there is the timely intervention from Gideon Mensah. Ayew, Andre.
Yeah, Andre Ayew is losing more of the balls, and he is losing duels too.
Yeah,
which is not helping the team.
Yes, yeah.
And that's the position where you need Kudus to be, who can carry the ball from defense to attack. But this is a position that has been given to Andre Ayew. You know, definitely that's why people are calling for Andre Ayew to be on the bench, because he occupies some position that will affect
the whole gameplay. Yes.
And so if he's on the pitch, definitely.
And Korea Soul coming again. That was some good attempt from W.Y. Joan.
If you notice, the Koreans have realized that they cannot get into the box, so they are now playing from outside the box in the hope that they can catch us off guard, or they can threaten the goalpost with that, looking at the corners and then the roofs of the goal. So our TCG must be extra alert in when they are approaching.
We'll do 5 more minutes of added time. I don't know what happened on the pitch exactly to Aranti. 5 minutes added time. But when Ed spoke about the Koreans now adopting to shooting from long range, we saw that was their game plan against Uruguay, where they even hit the post twice. But could it be that how Portugal exploited the spaces in behind our defense was the main reason why they decided to reject their style of play and then try and see if they can also take advantage of those spaces? And they nearly did in the opening minute.
Yeah, if you listen to the coach, their presser, they focused on Black Stars spaces in behind, which they were ready to exploit because they had players who were fast and can do much in that areas. But here is the case: they met Gideon Mensah, who has been solid defensively, leaving no stone unturned. And then on the right side, Tariq Lamptey is also doing a superb job. So it's like their game plan backfired. So now they have to go back to their first one.
Now, Jordan Ayew, he tried to give us another dead ball situation. If
you notice, between the time we started the game, because they had not conceded a goal, it was easy for them to commit more men forward, because if they have to play behind, they need to put at least 2 or 3 players in our 18 yard. Now, they've considered goals. They need to diminish the deficit by not committing more players up front until probably they can go for recess and then reorganize and come.
We've done 2 minutes of the 5 at that time corner. Jordan whipping the ball. It was an in-swinger. There is a clearance from Kim, and Tariq Lamptey is there to push the ball back to Lawrence Atizigi. Atizigi, as I earlier stated, whenever he gets a ball from a dead ball situation like that, he always has options to pass, but he know how we think.
We feel for help.
We feel for help. So safety first.
Yeah.
Well, we've seen goals being scored from keepers' attempting to pass balls.
Even in the World Cup final,
even yesterday, I mean, there was a goal score like that where a goalkeeper tried to pass to their player and then it was capitalized on to score. So I think he's being extra careful because
he doesn't want
in Ghana when you commit that mistake.
It's not my job to be passing to you.
Your
My job is to save the ball. Korea come again in what might probably be their last attack in the first 45 minutes of the game. We've already done the minutes, approaching the 4th minute of added time. Now Korea coming. MH came, finds, and there is the interception and block from Gideon Mensah.
Our fullbacks have
been superb.
Yeah.
Defensively, offensively, they've contributed immensely to the team's play, and I think we have to commend Otuado for listening to the advice. Ghanaians were calling for Baba Rahman to be dropped, and that's what he did.
And that's what he did. Inaki Williams might get his own chance in the 18-yard box. And there was a slight push on him, and a good block from MJ Kim. MJ Kim. And there is Jordan Ayew. He's not under any pressure also to kick the ball. We are in the final minutes of added time, and what's a way to end the first half if we get another. It probably will be the first time we score 3 in a World Cup game. Jordan whipping the ball in swinger, and there is a good block from goalkeeper.
But I can't believe how he made the ball.
SJ came and Partey. No.
The goalkeeper did very well.
The goalkeeper did very well to at least prevent Partey from getting full control of the ball. And very soon, referee Anthony Taylor will be ending the first department of the game. And there is Gideon Mensah preventing a corner bound attempt. And Otuado seeming not to be being satisfied with the results so far after 45 minutes plus 50 minutes inside the Education City Stadium. Ghana, the Black Star, is flying high, and as it stands now, we are in cruise control of the game. Goes from Kudus Muhammad and Mohamed Salis with 2 assists and 2 good crosses from Jordan Ayew. This is Matchday Live right here on GhanaWeb TV. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, we will try to get our reporters at the Education City Stadium, and hopefully we'll get Mr. Chumbuaf.
Na wo ba so nya sai say
obek kanokre na wo susu san kwan bia wanto na bia e man nkwan bebre.
Mommy, you face can see ba koto so na mommy akoko nsa no me boga send me sika from Lemonade Finance and let me £10.
Lemonade Finance.
Say they're sending money back home from UK, Canada, and now US. I accepted. Instant charges. Exchange waiting and so dear. Unbeatable. Resume promo code no. Dr. Likey. Nenya £10, $10, and now $10 What first transaction? What they send this car coffee no? Dial to Lemonade Finance.
Are you still searching for the right platform to share your voice, thoughts, and feelings? Then the GhanaWeb Reporter on the GhanaWeb app is the perfect app for you. It is Ghana's only citizen journalism and infotainment platform. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, GhanaWeb Reporter links you up to the world. The reporter also gives you the opportunity to blog or become a citizen journalist, so you share stories with the rest of the world about cities, music genres, pop culture, tech, politics, etc. Download the GhanaWeb app from the Google Play Store or App Store on your smartphone and open it. Tap on the member button at the bottom of your screen and follow the easy steps to register with your phone number or email, and you are ready to become a reporter.
GhanaWeb Reporter, democratizing journalism and empowering content creators.
Now, to sang quite be a one ton and be a man in quite be brave.
Mommy, you fish can see about Kotoso. No, Mammy, I cook on Sam. Me poga, send me sick from Lemonade Finance and let me £10.
Lemonade Finance.
Say they're sending money back home from UK, Canada, and now US. I accepted. Instant charges. Exchange waiting in Sudia. Unbeatable. Resume promo code no. Dr. Likey. Nenya £10, $10, and now $10 Canadian. What first transaction? What is Sunday Star Coffee? No. Dial to Lemon and Finance.
After losing against Portugal by 3 goals to 2, the Black Stars of Ghana today will play against South Korea at exactly 1 p.m. and the game is a must-win game for the Black Stars, because if they lose this game, they are packing their bags and they will come home to Ghana. So today they at least need a point from this game, and it's an important game for the Black Stars. My name is Emmanuel Enin. This is GhanaWeb TV. So I'm on the streets of Accra to sort some views from Ghanaians, how they are feeling and what's their expectation towards the game against South Korea. Ghana have met South Korea 4 times and they've won 3, South Korea winning 1. So my first guest on the show, Bosu, and the Black Stars said about South Korea. Who's the team bet me ashe?
Go kai German challenges. Italy 2-0. Second match you win against USA. The third match you win against the second team. What I say? You qualify. Czech Republic. You win here. I qualify. So you did say but I qualify. You qualify.
Then I was to
you say 2-1. 2-1.
So he believes that today Black Stars will win by 2 goals to 1. Bosu, and the Black Stars say about South Korea. Would you say Ghana bet me ashe?
Of course, you bet me ashe. But you be winning match now. You coach so. Last time no, Nanke deserve say it me win the game no. But to add the changes now or Kudus now or carry a game no. Obesisa Kudus. Inte ma pay pace never down. Inte and so any changes here. You bet me win the game no. And I believe say you bet me win the game no.
Prediction base.
Oh, 2-0. 2-0, yeah. 2-0.
So there's some bit of optimism among Ghanaians, and they believe that today the Black Stars will win. Bosu, good afternoon. And would you say Black Stars between South Korea?
Oh, by all means, we go score, because the squad that we are taking today is not easy. So inshallah, by the grace of Almighty Allah, we will score South Korea 3 or 2 goals. 3. That's my opinion for Ghana Black Stars.
Who will score for Black Stars?
I watch the day you and Kudus. And then Fatah Isahaku. That's my favorite players for Ghana Black Stars.
Who are you expecting to start the game today?
For that one, I don't know. For that one, I don't know. Okay. Yeah. But Ghana Blast, inshallah, we go make it. Yeah, inshallah.
So Ghanaians are that confident that today Black Stars will beat South Korea. And remember, Ghana have never lost their second game at the World Cup, but South Korea are yet to win their second game at the World Cup. So there's some bit of history back in Ghana in this game. Bosu, Ghana beat South Korea.
We can score them because
we have him, and we are always praying for Ghana to win the game. Oh, inshallah, we win it. By all means, we will go take the cup.
This is not about inshallah.
Oh, by all means. Yeah, so we have him to win this game.
So what's your prediction for the game?
Yes, because today is Monday, and 1 o'clock that the game is starting. Oh, yeah, okay. So we are praying to them to score.
So what will be the scoreline?
Okay, that one I can't choose, but I'm expecting Mohamed Kudus and Dede Ayu, any of them. Okay, that's my idea. Thank you very much.
So Ghanaians are really confident that after seeing what they did, the team did against Portugal today, they are going to beat South Korea in this game. So hopefully it will come to pass. It's a difficult game because South Korea drew against Uruguay, and it means that if they lose this game, they will need to win their final game against Portugal to make it out of the group. It's still a difficult encounter. We are still looking forward to how the game will pan out. I'm still gathering some thoughts of Ghanaians at the Tema station in Accra. Alright, so the euphoria at Tema station is very high. As you can see, the Blasters flag is flying high over here. Bosu, and Blasters show South Korea now.
Blasters check South Korea. Yo, did say mo show mo. And then they are win. Anyway match no. Portugal match no. Coach no sliding mistake kakra. Ese on you Kudus in frame. They said now abre. And say the match in the obey. Obey squad no mu. They are facing South Korea no. They share 2-0 pair. Atmosphere now. Yes. Ghana cheaper because Ghana players squad na kita na there. Ebe bibi.
Na ene who sha hwan e be she go Sama Ghana waka 2-0.
2-0. Se Kudus start there, Kudus will go and go and any party. Yes. It will strike from long range.
Hey, sir.
Yes.
Okay. But Ghana and South Korea, who is saying?
Oh, South Korea and who is Ghana, they are winning. And they are training because they are Portugal 3-2 and then Ghana there. But we are moving. Thierry, they are not there. And the last week in the Minimasio, and then the person in the crazy Blasters on one head, and they win it 3-0. Then you got 2 goals. And Sana Kudus the one goal now count. And then the Blaster on one head. Yes, sir. And then the Blaster will say, I know the mistakes now, no. And then competition, I'm repeating them. And then Mr. I'm free banner or by 1 goal. Yeah, Kudus, I shall 1 goal. Pate near Pong and one no. Ghana will say, go Ghana.
The World Cup promises to be exciting, and there's no better place to catch the thrills and fun than Ghana's leading online platform, GhanaWeb.
From training ground reports, camp news, pre- and post-match analysis, and other human interest stories from the Mundial, GhanaWeb got you covered with expert views from journalists, current and retired footballers, and of course, our cherished readers and viewers.
Catch all the action on GhanaWeb and GhanaWeb TV.
Welcome back from the break. This is Match Day Live, and if you just join us, there is some happiness in Qatar at the Education City Stadium. The Black Stars of Ghana are confidently up by 2-0. Sheriff, let me start with you. The first goal and how it came.
The first goal, you know, like I always say, and when you look at the South Koreans, their heights are not in their favor. So when you look at Ghana, we have the heights in our favor. So whenever we have dead ball situations, that is where we are supposed to take advantage of that, and we did so. So I'm expecting them to do more of that. Whenever we have dead ball situation, we have to take advantage of that. And so, because when you look at the South Koreans, they put the ball more on the turf. Yeah. And when they do that, it is very hard for us to go battle with them. But this time around, we have someone like Tarek Lamptey, who also has not got the height, and so he's very comfortable with the ball on the turf. And so it is making it very difficult because his side is Son Heung-min who is playing at that particular side, and we know Son Heung-min's explosive pace. Yes, so he has been able to contain Son Heung-min, and then he has been able to stop some attack from the South Koreans. And so for me, it is a good display from the Ghana side. We have to keep on going and then keeping on to believe that going forward we can score more goals against the South Koreans.
Ed, first 45 minutes, we are up by 2-0.
I think this is the Black Star that we want to see. This is the game we expect from them. I mean, the first 15 minutes, it wasn't too clear what was happening on the pitch, but subsequently, I think they found a way to get back into the game, string better passes together. And set pieces, they always say it's a fine way to actually put yourself ahead. And today we demonstrated that, yes, we've been doing a lot of practice on that. And that set piece was completely, it was a perfect one. This was a training pitch where you could tell that one would do the dummy and then the other one went ahead to push the ball into the 18-yard. And then the players, they were aware. I like the fact that when the ball was floated into the box, the 16-yard box, the players kept attacking the ball in order to result in the goal. And that is very, very good. The second goal, I think, as I said, the more we move forward, it will be difficult for the Koreans to actually get their composure right because they are not good at defending that as we are. So we move forward 2-3 and we have 2 goals. Compared to them coming forward to our net, our goal post about 3, 4, 5 times, having about 6 corners in the space of 5 minutes, and we were not able to convert that. So I think we have an edge over them, but we need to keep our composure. As I said, the defining moment of Ghana's game is mostly from the 60th to the 75th minute, and let's hope that this time we have that done right. I'm not too impressed about the Ayew, the captain, in the first half. I think he's been all over the place by his own position. I hope this time he'll be able to get his composure, play the right position, and play Kudus in more so that Kudus can do the job that we expect to do.
All right, so the players are back on the pitch, and Andrea, you get us underway for the second half, Ima.
Yeah, I expect the Black Stars to manage the first 15 minutes of the first half well because the Koreans are going to hunt for the equalizer, and the moment they get
one
early consolation,
then it's game on.
The game will turn on its head. So I'm expecting the Black Stars to keep their composure and then, keep the ball more because the more you keep the ball, the more you frustrate them. So that's the approach I'm looking forward to.
God bless our homeland Ghana and make our Black Stars great and famous. We are back to the Education City Stadium where the Black Stars playing positions have been switched. Now Ghana will be hitting from left to right on commentary positions, while Korea will be coming from right and they will be scoring on my left. Sarisu Mohammed behind the ball. He's being pressed by the Koreans, but Gideon Mensah stepped in to roll the ball back to Lawrence Atizigi. And as I've stated earlier, Atizigi doesn't want trouble. So when he gets the ball, safety first, and he whip it from our defensive area back to Korea. If we go into the history books, Korea's second half started in 1954. It was hosted by Switzerland. They lost 7-0 to Turkey. And in 1986, Mexico hosted the World Cup. They drew 1-1 against Bulgaria. And the same happened in 1990. Italy hosted the World Cup. They lost 3-1 to Spain. 94 in the US, they drew to Bolivia. 98, France hosted Korea, were turned 5-0 by the Dutch team of Edgar Davies, Clarence Seedorf, and all the other superstars. And Ghana win possession. And Kudus Mohammed was hoping to get a foul by Anthony Taylor. He's not having any of it. JW1 is up. Back to my man, M.H. Kim. And the Koreans are trying to penetrate. The Black Stars push them back. They come again. IB1. into MH. And now, the man wearing jersey number 5, YW1, they are just interchanging passes between the men at the back for Korea. It seems our shape is very good.
The Black Stars are sitting too deep. The Koreans are trying to draw us out so that they can play in the spaces that are coming.
I think there's too much space between Inaki Williams and those playing behind him.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they have to play closer to him a little bit. So in case we even win the ball, we can quickly go on transition.
There was a ball whipping. And Kudus Muhammad is going. The Koreans surround him, but he is able to win a throw-in for Ghana.
Yeah, it was good. This is what we needed because we were defending deep and we needed a player who, when we get the ball, can progress and then get our players, our team from the defensive zone. So it was good for Kudus to run and then win a throw for Ghana.
The game resumes. And now it's in the Ghanaian area, Thomas Partey. He decided to switch play down the right side. Good control from Tariq Lamptey. Inaki Williams called for the ball. He has it back to Kudus. He's in a good position to shoot. But the Koreans surround him, so he will go to the far side. And there is a good cross from Gideon Mensah. MH Kim cleared the ball. And there is Salis. He step in back to Daniel Omate. He plays for Leicester City. And there is a good hold-up play from Andre Morgan Ayew to Gideon Mensah again. There is Jordan Ayew, the man who created Ghana's 2 goals. And Partey, he whipping one. And the Koreans, Tariq Lamptey, what a player he is. He's an 88 boss. What a goal it would have been for Tariq Lamptey.
Yeah, he's been superb. And if he had scored that goal, it would have been a deserving goal to cap a fantastic day for him.
Made in Cobham, in England, but Ghana is eating the final fruits. He was cooked in Cobham, but now he is in Qatar at the Education City Stadium, not playing for the 3 Lions, but he decided to play for the country of his fathers. The name Lamptey just seems like he is a Ghana boy.
He is a Ghana boy. He was born in Ghana.
He's a nice Ghana boy.
He was born abroad, but I mean, both his mother and father, his parents are Ghanaians, and I'm trying to get his full name so you can know the real name of Tariq Lamptey. I mean, so I'm trying. He is Tariq Kwame Ni Lamptey. That's his name. Tariq Kwame Ni Lamptey.
So there you have it. Tariq Kwame Ni Lamptey. He's called Kwame. Kwame Ni Lamptey. The world's attention was drawn when he made his debut in Chelsea under Frank Lampard in a 2-2 draw against Arsenal.
Yeah. He was a thorn in the flesh of Arsenal. He did really well.
He did really well in that game. And subsequently, because of Reece James, who is also an excellent fullback, he had to take a decision. And he was sold with a good project at Brighton and Hove Albion by Graham Potter. He was explosive in his first season, and many Chelsea fans regretted letting him go. They would have wished that he would still be there and play as a backup to Reece James, but injuries set in, and Tariq Lamptey has not been able to command a starting position in Brighton again, but he is a very quality player. And now, Korea, they're whipping the ball from the left side. That's a good save from Lawrence Atizigi. Good save from Atizigi. Oh, Atizigi. And that was a good whip from J.S. Kim, and a good attempt from Cho, and a fantastic save from Lawrence Atizigi. And all those who have been saying that Atizigi, today Atizigi is showing you that a former national.
I think today's game is for those who have been really criticized at the Black Stars. One, Jordan, he's had a fantastic day. Two, Thomas Partey, he's been criticized that he doesn't play well when he plays for the Black Stars, and now Atizigi. So I think today's game is for those who have been, we've always picked them out.
Atizigi is giving us a different taste of what we experienced in the AFCON, where every shot on target ended at the back of our net.
Yeah. If you have Jojo Wallacott, I mean, at that time, Jojo Wallacott wasn't that refined. Now he's had games and he's improved regarding his reflexes and anticipation. So maybe we will look back and regret that we didn't have Atizigi in that post. But we should counter stars.
You can't blame us because that performance he gave us against Mali
was really
was. So it's good. Now Koreans are coming again wearing jersey number 17. And now the Koreans know that they just need one goal and then they are in the game. But then we step in, coming out, Thomas Partey to Andre Ayew. We need to make this one count. Andre Ayew can't even run, but he still has the ball. And Andre was trying to cut in for Inaki Williams.
This is first.
And this ball, Kudus, Bukari or Kamal,
we need a speedster in this game. We need Kamal Dean, who can run with the ball, run at defenders and take them on. Because it was a good opportunity for Black Stars to make it 3 and then kill the game.
We need to put this game to bed because earlier on, the indomitable Lions, they came down from 3 goals to 1 to snatch a point from the game, and it's not far fetched. And we whip in the corner.
Jordan Ayew's crosses.
And
always dangerous. Very, very dangerous. I don't know how he
MH Kim got to the final touch and nearly ended at the back of his own net.
With Jordan Ayew, I think the credit must go to his coach at the club side. He always kept confidence in the gentleman, constantly giving him game time. And you know, the relationship with his father makes it easy for the gentleman to improve under such a coach. So, and then the French connection, you know, because
the resulting kick has been wasted. And now
on social media, they are praising Atizigi and
Ziggy.
Clinton says Atizigi turned prime Manonoya. What a save! So Atizigi is collecting his samba. Juliet Baua says everyone the ball today. So Don Oprese says a certain short man didn't go to Qatar today and the team is winning. You people should leave this man alone.
Our defeat on Monday, there is nobody to blame than referee Ismail Ifta and his VAR team.
Nana Opare says Taekwondo can meet Zanzama.
that's the first change of the match.
So we've done 56 minutes of action.
This guy is soldier.
Yeah.
Because
CH Kwan is a soldier. And we know that in Korea, your national service
is military.
You have to serve in the army for 1 year. But I think Son Heung-min, he had only 2 or so months because of they said he has already served the country by putting Korea on the map constantly in the media. So he didn't do that 1 year, but still he served in the army. Yes. If Richard Van der Poel has served in the army,
by now he wouldn't be 2 years president.
56 minutes of action.
I think we need to hold the game, and players like Dede Ayew, you can tell Dede is getting tired by the way he's running, and we need somebody that can hold on to that position very well. Tarek Lamptey is just perfect.
We need Eda Suleimana.
And there is another one again, and Korea gets one back. Korea gets one by Cho. And now it's game on for Korea.
At least we didn't see that guy come.
A loss of concentration, we said earlier. And Cho gets Korea back in the game.
That was poor defending by Salisu. He wasn't aware of his man.
Cho was in between Salisu and Daniel Amate, but it was Salisu's duty. And Cho gets the Koreans back into the game.
This should be able to defend this game. This is.
And senior man Ziggy couldn't deal with it, and now it's 2-1 and game on.
Yeah, game on. We went to sleep in the early minutes of the second half, and they've gotten the goal they needed. Now they've found the spark. They are going to run at Black Stars and get the equalizer.
They will be running at us, and don't forget the Koreans have made 2 changes. Lee Kan-hee, he assisted the goal. He was introduced in the 57th minute to replace CH1. And there again, Ho, NS Ho, has also replaced WY1. So there, the Koreans have introduced 2 new legs in the game. Is it time for Tuado to also respond?
Yeah, I think we need fresh legs.
And there is that in-swinger.
Oh no, this is not full.
A good in-swinger. And now, the Koreans are back in the game like they never left.
Yeah, Salisu wasn't aware of the striker's position.
But you need to be aware.
Yeah, you need to be aware. And it's not just him, the whole team. They started the second half really slow, and now Korea are back in the game. Let's see how they will respond.
Ghana, we've never taken a 2-goal lead in a World Cup before. And this, aside in 2006 against the Czechs, 1 goal in the first half, the other in the second half. But we've never done that in the first half before. And it will be a big blow if we bottle this. But Gideon Mensah lose possession to Korea, and now they come. They have with Son Heung-min, the man who has been asleep in the second half. They're whipping the ball, and now it's another goal, and now it's another goal, and Cho gets the second goal for Korea. Korea are back in the game like they never left. Korea and Cho gets the second goal for South Korea. 2 goals, and Ghana bottle it. Ready, Jesus Christ.
So all the 2 goals came from the flanks. When you look at the first goal, Terry Lamptey lost the ball, and then it's resulted in a cross for the player to head in the goal. And then the second goal too also came from that, from similar position from the other flank. Our left back lost the ball, couldn't get the ball back, and then it resulted in a cross, and another strike. Same person got it.
How do you allow a short person like that to overjump you? No. Did the ball cross the line?
Did the ball cross the line?
No.
It's a legit goal.
No.
Legit goal.
It's a legit goal.
Look at Salisu, Gideon Mensah.
Yeah.
These are 2 tall guys. Who doesn't even know that? A short Korean there.
Yeah, it shows what this World Cup is giving us. It's giving us real entertainment. Ghana had the first half, scored 2. They went to sleep in the first 20 minutes. I just mentioned this not long ago, that in the 15 minutes, if we are able to contain them, prevent them from getting even a consolation, then we are on our way to win this game. But we couldn't do that. We went to sleep, and then we allowed them to get back into the game. I don't know how we are going to keep on fighting and then find the winner, but I mean, some way, somehow, hopefully, they will get the winner.
Well,
some way, somehow, Ed, we bottled a 2-goal lead.
Well, I said that we should be careful 60th to 75th minute. It looks like this time we came early, because mostly our concentration goes down around that time, but it looks like this time we just gave it.
Tears of joy at the stadium.
And these are cheap goals to give away.
Yeah.
Very cheap goals.
Against Portugal, we made 2 mistakes. We considered 2
goals.
This game, we made 2 mistakes. We considered 2.
Otuado needs to respond. The Koreans,
big stage,
the two men they introduced in the game, they have changed the game.
Solid, yeah. They've changed the game, and their crosses. I've told you they love to play in behind defenders, operate within the spaces in the back four, and that's what they are doing. They are trying to operate through the flanks and then get the crosses into the box, and they have a striker who is hungry to attack all the balls, and they've got the needed equalizer.
So, was born in January 25th, 1998. He is 24 years of age. And then he made his debut for the Korean national team in 2021. And before this game, he had only scored 4 in 17 appearances. And now he has 2 in the FIFA World Cup.
You know, this is the most important half in football. You can have the first half, score goals, play better football, but if your second half is horrible, that will be the picture for the game.
What is Otuado waiting for before introducing new legs?
People won't.
It's clear the kind of people we need in this game.
We need
and you wait till 70th, 80th
now
minute.
We are not pressing again. Who is keeping the shape? Now we are failing to keep our first line of defense intact. They are penetrating our first line of defense. Our second line of defense is non-existent, and they are just hitting coming at us. So I think he needs to make some changes. We need fresh legs in the game.
We really need fresh legs in this game. The Koreans are back. Their voice are being heard. But now the Ghanaian fans are quiet.
Remember, if you lose this game, we are out of the competition.
If we lose this game,
to lose this way will be more painful than the defeats last Thursday.
And now the Koreans are not satisfied. They are coming again. The man wearing jersey number 17, he was pressed by Jordan. They get it. And I'm surprised the Koreans are now trying to use the crosses. And we escaped this one. And Inaki Williams.
He doesn't get there on time. You just don't balloon the ball.
Couldn't get there on time.
Know what you're doing.
65 minutes of action. 25 more plus other time to go. We need new legs in this game.
Obviously, we need new legs. It's really obvious, and I don't know what Otuado is waiting for.
We need Kamal Dean, we need Osman Bukari.
He's waiting for a kill shot. I guess maybe he's waiting to concede another goal before he goes into making it.
There is Inaki Williams has been played, but his shots has been blocked, but he was already offside. What are people saying on social media now?
On social media, it's been really difficult. Looking at the game, I think we should be leading by now, and it's disappointing to see our boys losing their concentration, and now they are down, conceded 2 goals in the early part of the second half. It's really disappointing. So I'll try and get you 1 or 2 comments on social media for you to know what people are saying about the game so far.
Okay. Alright, so whilst we wait for him, a lot is happening on the pitch. The Ghanaian fans there, they cannot find their voice again. And the same with my colleagues who are watching in the GhanaWeb newsroom. They've lost their voice because the Black Stars took a 2-goal lead by in less than 10 minutes. And don't forget, Raima, against Portugal, from the time Ronaldo scored his goal and the time Rafael Leao got his first goal in the World Cup, it was just between 15 minutes.
That's what we were talking about, concentration. And I think, this is from Lofty Wada, at Lofty Wada, and he says, Gideon Mensah is really a fullback. Looks like a winger converted there in his late formation here. So he's talking about Gideon Mensah. At I am Winter says, if Ghana doesn't win South Korea, we are coming home to discuss important issues like Nanado's Wahala. So Kojo Prempe says Black Stars will win anyway. So Kojo Prempe is hopeful that the Black Stars will win the game and then get the maximum 3 points. People are suggesting that Kofi Chere, Barnier, Kamal Dean, all on the bench, they should be introduced in this game.
You have an opportunity to make 5. And there we come again. Then we pin the ball. Let's couldn't get it. And there is Kudus. There is Kudus. Star Kudus Mohammed. After Inaki Williams put the ball back at the net. And there is Kudus Mohammed. The chance came begging. And Kudus took it home. That could have been Inaki Williams' goal, but he couldn't. But there is Kudus Mohammed, who said that if you couldn't, give me the cup and I'll drink the water for you.
Are we going to give Thomas Partey his flowers? What a turn.
All of them were involved. Thomas Partey, Jordan Ayew then.
Hey! Inaki Williams, how did Inaki miss that?
Inaki is still waiting for his first Black Star goal. But and he will take that as an assist because he got
we don't care. Go on the ball.
Gideon Mensah did very, very well.
Very soon, let's get the scenes from the GhanaWeb Mundial.
But still, I think the coach must do some substitutions to bring some fresh leg so that we can actually
Ayew is spending too much time on the pitch. Let's get some reaction from the GhanaWeb Mundial and look at the fans from the stadium.
In the first game against Portugal, Andrew Ayew, he was tired, but fortunately for him, he got the goal, and that delayed his substitution a bit. Because in the game prior to his goal, he was about to be taken off, and then fortunately he got the goal, and the coach remained him on the pitch. But this time around, you could clearly see that he's tired. I don't know whether the coach is afraid to take set decisions, because you could clearly see that he's the weakest link in this game. When he's taken off, you bring one start to occupy the flanks, and then you push Kudus to the middle where he can make sure that he pick the ball and then locate his players. At the moment, Andrew Ayew is not doing that.
We are back from where we left it, baby. And we are approaching the 70th minute mark. Ghana is back. Right now, Adudi's time has been extended. We are extending Akufo-Addo's time.
What's the reaction on the socials? Because it's crazy.
Because a lot of people,
on social media, Kudus Mohammed is trending at Manifest. Kudus, what a needed response. And I mean, Michael Otiaje, Kudus, and Sid Lowe, he is a journalist, a British journalist. He says, and now Ghana are back in front. Wow, this game. So people are really enjoying the game, and I mean, it's been really a good game. ESPN, this game, Kudus Mohammed puts back Ghana back in the game. I think Kamal Dean.
I can see Kamal Dean and another defender. Yeah. Because we are 20 minutes more, we can't defend.
Daniel Cranton says, Inaki, you are lucky.
It's true.
He's very lucky because Inaki, at that point to miss.
I mean, say Inaki just like Akufo-Addo. He has also extended his time because if that ball had not gone in, he will now feel that he's a Ghanaian.
At Operation says, Inaki Williams, what an what an ampam, or you intentionally left it for Kudus.
It was practice at the training grounds that you do a little dummy and then. So are you done with the reactions?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. You can go on.
Now we are coming again. The Koreans. J.I. came, and now they are cutting our team into pieces again. But there is some recovery. Jordan Ayew, but he couldn't. Gideon Mensah is going for the tackle to make sure that the Koreans don't end up getting a corner.
I think we need fresh legs. Yes. 71 minutes. We should be able to manage.
And they has chair on the pitch.
We need fresh legs who can keep our shape and then press well. Inaki Williams is out of gas for me.
And then Inaki is out, and Jordan is out.
So we need players who can maintain our shape.
Just give Inaki the ball.
and make sure we protect this lead and walk away with the win. We really need this win badly.
If we don't win, just like that social media user said, if we don't win, we come back to discuss Adudi. And there is, we commit a foul in an area we don't want for Son Heung-min and Tariq Lamptey. I think that he's even going to be taken off because I can see Dennis Odoi getting ready, but we've given the Koreans another opportunity to strike at goal. Son Heung-min about 4 meters away from our 18-yard box.
Yeah. Song has switched from where he was playing, where Tariq Lamptey is, into the middle.
So chasing him everywhere you go.
That's the job he has been given, to make sure that he
doesn't come to the party. And so far, he has done well, except for this free kick.
But we should be careful because the Koreans, having scored 2 goals, are very confident that they are still in the game.
They are still in the game.
They can win the game.
Ghana 3, Korea 2, Son Heung-min. Behind the ball, I can see 3 Korean players. WY1 Experts. Ziggy. Ziggy, do something for us. Because if this ball doesn't hit the wall, it's going straight on target.
Really dangerous. From where the free kick is.
And it's in a perfect position for Son.
On his very potent leg.
Yeah.
And if I think
Ziggy, Momo Pai, which I'm one member. And Tariq Lamptey is also has laid his bed on the pitch. He doesn't want any surprise where Son will decide to go low on the ground. So
if they are able to get this ball over the wall,
Ziggy.
The wall and on target, it's really going to be dangerous.
Ziggy, please. And then I can see the man wearing jersey number 18 to also in a good position to strike this ball. All the 3 Korean players are in a good position, and he struck it, and that's a good save from Ziggy.
What a save
Ziggy makes a good save. It's like all the wall, they were waiting for Son Heung-min to take it.
Yeah, what a save. And Lee, he plays for Real Mallorca. Yeah. He's a very good set piece taker. Remember, he assisted the first goal, and he also assisted the second goal. So he's been an influential player. He's had a good impact on the game. We should be very careful with the set pieces we are giving away.
We are not out of the ditch yet. Lee whipping the ball straight. Koreans get the first ball, and they are praying for a penalty. And we still give the ball back to them. And Son Heung-min, the Koreans are still agitating for a penalty. The ball is not out of play yet. The Koreans are very confident that it hits the ball at the hand of a Ghanaian player. But let's see, the ball is still in favor of the Koreans. They are penetrating Lee. He will cut in, and there is a block, and there is another rebound. And Salisu Mohammed, a touchline clearance. And Kudus Mohammed has been fouled by Anthony Taylor. It's not having any of it. We win it. We give it back to Korea. They take it back to Kim. At this point, we will just go with the Cape Kings. And now, all our 3-man attack seems to be out of gas. And I told you that Otuado will make a change. His second Milo. Yes, he has proven that he was the assistant coach to Milo. So he will only make his change after 78 minutes.
Yeah, 76 minutes, and we are living dangerously at the back. Although we
struggle to clear our lines.
Yeah, we've been able to contain them a bit, but still we need to do something, and we are.
There should be a change.
We can breathe
now. We can breathe. There was an infringement on Andre.
A VAR review of the incident that occurred in the penalty box.
Let's see, because since that incident happened, they've played more than a minute.
Now we can have our substitutions. We really need that.
The referee is waiting, has signaled for that to happen. Yes. So the Koreans are also bringing on.
Yeah. Andre, watch it.
So
all right, so let's look at the incident again.
No,
this was the block from This is the incident.
That's a foul.
That should be.
So, I think there was a contact from Partey.
I think Inaki's hold-up play has been very good. He has been able to hold up play for his players.
Ima, what's the pronunciation of this one?
Young-Won.
Kim Young-Won has been booked for his reckless tackle on Kofi Tre. Ayu is out. I can see Kamal Dean Suleimana.
And then is that Odoi or
and then the professor is coming to calm things at the back because the Koreans have been misbehaving.
Odoi is in, Jordan is out, Kamal Dean is in, and then Cheretu is in, and Ayu is out.
And now I think that for us to make sure that the Koreans stay in their own area, we just have to give them a taste of what Kamal Dean brings to the table, but at least giving him one true ball. If he's able to go,
that is the coach is not limiting his options or his ability to play.
No, he doesn't have to do that.
Now we are into the last 10 minutes of the game, and I know there will be more than 5 minutes added on, additional
at least 8.
Yeah, so we need to keep hold of the ball.
I think he needs to pull out Inaki and bring in one of our strikers.
No,
Antoine too
can hold. Antoine Semenyo has a good hold-up play.
If you can attract a lot of fans, we need to push somebody who is not tired.
To at least to make sure that they won't be comfortable passing
from the back.
Because at this point, if you give them that chance, you are giving them some fuel to come and attack you.
There's been about 3 balls flown towards Inaki Williams. He's not been able to run to get the ball.
He's tired.
All the times the Koreans get to the ball before him. We need to give them a chase at the ball.
Jess came with a throw. He went for a long one. They win it, but there is Gideon Mensah. He could have cleared the ball, but now with Partey searching for his attackers. And he went for Dennis Odoi. He takes the ball back to Salis Mohammed. And there is Salis Samed. We don't have to let the Koreans to dictate how we are supposed to play. And Kofi Tre. And there is the man we have been waiting for, Kamal Dean Suleimana, holding on to possession. And that's exactly what we want him to be doing.
This is what we needed.
Somebody just to hold on to the ball.
Hold on to the ball, and when he got the ball, he was approached by 2 Koreans. It seems that they already have his profile.
Yeah, players like Kamal Dean, they play in Europe, and it's not too hard to get their profile and what they are up to. But I think generally it's been a good game for the neutrals. This has been an entertaining game, both the first half and then the second half. I see Jiku coming in. Means we are going to switch to a 3-back.
And then the Koreans, wrong and bad.
Depends on who goes.
Clearance from Salis Mohammed. We win it back. Kudus.
He's going to change Kudus.
Kudus goes long. And then the Koreans are going again, but there is a matter. He couldn't clear it. But Salis is not giving anything to chance. The man who has...
We are into a nervy 9 minutes.
Calmly walked his way. And this is the only point in a game that I like supporting a possessive playing team. At this time, and now we are going. Ghana, we are on the break. Inaki Williams, he has option. Inaki, he wants to take the ball by himself. And Kofi Tre couldn't control. Kofi Tre, Kofi Tre.
It was his first touch. Let him down. But this is what I'm talking about.
Good try.
You don't, if you take out Inaki,
a good hold-up play for
who is going to, do this for the Black Stars?
I think he should have gone for Suleiman.
He didn't see him. He didn't see him.
And there is a corner.
At that point, with where he was only concentrating on scoring. But his
Alexander Jiku is coming on. Plays for Strasbourg. He was on the verge of joining Sevilla. And he's taking on Kudus again.
Yeah, you have Daniel Kofi Tre.
If it pays off,
So we are going to play a 3-back system.
It looks like a good substitution because you need Kudus to rest for the next game. You have Kofi in, you have Kamadi in. I mean, in terms of holding the ball.
Okay, but yeah, now it's two. If it was only Tre, because it doesn't seem like Tre has settled in the game. Yes,
it's okay.
Tre whipping the ball. The Koreans win it. The rebound from Salis.
He hasn't done some before.
I think the substitution will limit our options in attack, because if you have it in mind that you are going to play a back three system, then I think you will need someone
to control the midfield.
In midfield, and then also from the flanks you need players who are very strong, who are very effective and can control the ball very well. Because when you look at Tarek Lamptey, he is very used to playing in a back three system, and so taking him off and then bringing in Denis Odoi, we know Denis Odoi, his ability is to defensive, and so taking him off and then replacing him with Denis Odoi, it means we are going to make sure we sit back more. We are going to have 5 men at the back.
And the Koreans are going, taking advantage of the spaces in between our defense, and there is the ball begging for J.S. Kim. And J.S. Kim's attempts couldn't go on target. The Koreans are exploiting the spaces, some spaces.
Now they are stretching our back line.
In between our back line.
Black Stars are defending narrow. So what you do is, you put your fullbacks to keep the width. Because Black Stars are defending narrow, they will have spaces. So when you switch the play, they can have time on the ball and then deliver a good cross. So that's what's happening. And I don't know how Otuado is going to find.
The Korean ladies. The Korean ladies.
I think that's the reason why he's bringing in Jiku, because he is taller. So if the crosses do come in, we need to deal
with the crosses.
I think with the midfield, he's counting on the fact that Pate will be central and distribute balls to Kamal, and then limit the options of the Koreans playing in the midfield.
I never thought that we would struggle to deal with crosses against the Koreans, but so far we've paid twice to Cho, gentleman born on January 25th, 1998.
Playing with resorting to crosses for goals, it doesn't necessarily need a tall striker. You need a striker with good anticipation. Because we've seen Diogo Jota, he's not tall, but he's always the first to long ball. So I think they have a striker who is really good with his anticipation and knows when to attack crosses.
Salis Mohammed giving us a feel of the Samba Wame. No nonsense play. We have 5 more minutes plus about 8 minutes. So if we're a Ghanaian, at least prepare yourself that we have about 15 minutes more to play.
Yeah, we have a lot to play. 5 minutes, but the referee could add 8.
So far, based on what we've seen, none of the games, at least they play 6 minutes of added time.
The least should be 6, because even with the first half, we played 5 minutes.
Yeah. The Koreans coming, they're pushing the Ghanaians to their goal area.
This is what you don't want them to do, switch the play like that.
They're switching plays because they see there's a vulnerability there.
And they're whipping another ball, they get it.
And whoever is
I don't understand. How are these Koreans getting... They are the first to the balls. Look at Denis Odoi's height.
No, it's because our players are not concentrated on the fact that our flanks are weaker and the crosses will keep on coming in, so they should be prepared to jump before the Koreans. And if you are thinking because you are tall, you are going to get the ball before
you do this, you get 10 minutes additional time.
You do this and you get 10 minutes, but Gideon Mensah is down, and we might be seeing Baba Abdul Rahman.
God forbid.
God won't forbid Ed. He is the one next of king.
See.
And 4 out of the 5 goals were all from in-swingers, you know.
You see?
And I'm hoping our Ghana Premier League players are watching and are learning. Sometimes you will be at the stadium and a certain ball will demand an in-swinger. Just cross the ball so that it will be in between the defending team and their goalkeeper. But they decide to go out.
Yeah, it's You train that. You train for it. And if you look at Jordan Ayew's crosses, it's something he's been rehearsing at Crystal Palace.
He's doing more of in-swinging crosses.
He's one of their set-piece takers. And it's one part that we don't take seriously in our game. Yeah. We don't take set-pieces serious at all. So we don't have good set-piece takers in our team. So I just hope that our players, our coaches, that the local coaches that went to Qatar, they are learning that set pieces.
Even our players, because if you are a footballer and you are in Ghana, you can't say you won't be watching the World Cup. What will you be watching? I'm just hoping that they are watching. And now Baba Rahman comes in.
camera.
Please, Baba Rahman.
The introduction of Baba Rahman.
The introduction of Baba Rahman, and look at how our boss is reacting.
He cannot run back. Let's go.
Oh, but
I'm just hoping he can warm himself into the intensity of this game.
Yeah.
How? Even those who have played from minute 1 are still struggling with the game. Let's just hope he goes better, because I mean we've seen him play.
2 more minutes to approach regulation time. But there is our man Kamadin pressing, and Jiku win the ball. Kamadin with a nice control, but it went behind the line. The Koreans take it quickly. Now it's in their own area. Back to goalkeeper SG Kim. His switch play to the right side. That's what the Koreans are doing. There is a press from Salis to force them to go back.
We have fresh legs, so we can press them in the middle of the
Now the goalkeeper has stepped out of his line. Probably we're going to see another man or Noya in this game. Hopefully we get some sweet counter. And but now let's think about this danger approaching. The Koreans go long again, but this time around we get the first ball, but the Koreans get the second ball. Lee, you're whipping the ball again, but they couldn't. It's still with the Koreans. Pressure. They're whipping again. Baba Rahman was there to clear the ball, but it nearly went somewhere that we don't want. And that's one of the things that we spoke about in swinging crosses.
Yeah.
If a defender makes a mistake, it goes straight into his own net.
Yeah, that's what you get when you are defending now. It's just the disadvantage of the system, but hopefully it will pay off for the Black Stars.
Corner before the 90th minute mark. Anthony Taylor is telling Baba Rahman and all the other players who have surrounded. They're whipping the ball. Kofi Tre is there. First ball. They take the second ball again, and they whip it in. Amate is there.
We should be getting the second ball.
But we are losing now. We are picking on the first balls, but we are looking the second balls to them. And we lose 10 more minutes of other time. They're whipping the ball straight. And there is Son Heung-min forcing to his left. And they are calling for a penalty. Inaki Williams needs to do better to hold on to the ball. Son Heung-min is with the ball. Why don't you force him to his left? You are forcing him to his right, rather.
Let's concentrate on the 10 minutes remaining. We need to get onto the ball. Yeah. We are living dangerously.
Son Heung-min coming again. I don't understand why they are not forcing Son to dribble to his left.
Let's concentrate on the 10 minutes remaining, please. It's really a nervy moment to live in.
They're whipping it again straight. And JS Kim, it brings the ball back in play. They win the second ball again. But Ziggy is there, and look at our fans.
Come on.
We've done a minute out of the 10.
What a game it's been. What a game.
High pressure pan. In the South Korea, we know what they call it. 9 more minutes, and then we will extend the time for Adudi.
Throw shot on target resulted in a goal.
Yes. No, that will be in the, because I think Ziggy has made 2, even in the second half.
He's talking about ours.
Yes.
We've had 3 shots on target.
Now they are bringing in another attacker. They are taking off
a defender,
MJ Kim, and they are bringing in Ima. Please help me.
Off Minjai. They are bringing on
Kwan.
They are bringing on KK.
Kwan.
So if you hear KK, he's a South Korean player. Kwan K.
Kwan.
Yes, Kwan K. wearing jersey number 20. So if you hear that there is an own goal and I hear KK, it means Ghana with the 4th goal. Thomas Partey setting us again. He gives the ball back to Salis. We are giving the Koreans, Amate needs to be very careful. At this point, we don't want any villain in our game. And offside against
a foul.
It's a foul.
Free kick
against Ghana.
Against Ghana, Inaki Williams.
Inaki has done very well. Just that he's been isolated because we are not finding him that much. But the fewer times he has been on the ball, he's been really good.
Lee, so far, he has been uncontainable. We've really struggled to deal with the Real Mallorca player, left foot, driving in the ball, and they are always not forcing him to his weak foot. Yes. See.
Corner.
Force him to
we force Dennis Odor force Son to his weak foot, and then he couldn't. But if you bring him to his better foot, Ziggy Ziggy will be in trouble. We don't want trouble for Ziggy Ziggy. They whip in the corner again. And we get the ball from Thomas Partey. They get it back quickly. It's like a 30-year-old fighting a 10-year-old boy. When you resist, they are coming again. Force him to his left. And Lee has been able to dribble. He's still inside the 18-yard box. And they've crowded Son Heung-min. He wants to dribble past the two, but there is Salis. He has still been able to find, and there is Lee. And they are inside South Korea, and that's another good save from Ziggy Ziggy. Even Brazil didn't give us this pressure. Even Brazil didn't give us this pressure. Pressure, baby. We are living on a dangerous time. Just like Daniel Odro will say by now. He was saying at the stadium, Lee whipping the corner, we get it, and we were able to get the rebound through the second ball. Yeah. But then, there was a good challenge from Inaki Williams. Results in a foul, gives that time to breathe.
That's Kamaldeen Suleiman.
That's Kamaldeen. Good pressing. This is what we call tactical fouls.
We have 6 minutes.
6 more minutes, and we are living on borrowed time.
We need, you see, we need to be very, very aware.
It will be another in-swinger again. This one was out. Jeku is there. He cleared. There is a challenge by the Koreans. My goodness. What a pressure. And I won't be surprised if they get a goal.
Yeah, they deserve it. If they get
because the more they keep knocking on your door,
definitely
something will come. Another in-swinger, they get it, but Salisu is there. Dennis Odoi gets the second ball. We give it back to Korea. We are coming. Korea are coming. They swing in another in-swinger. But Daniel Amate, very smart. They still bring the ball in, another in-swinger, and they,
just hold on to the ball.
I don't know. I think he just scared somebody was behind.
They're coming again, another in-swinger. They get the first ball, and then Ziggy Ziggy. What a good save from Ziggy Ziggy.
Free kick.
Free kick. Oh, that day.
What a game.
Hey, pressure, baby.
This game has been really good for the neutrals, and I know they will really enjoy this game.
It was a good save from Atizigi. It would have been an easy tapping for Cho.
Yeah, there was a slight push. And we have to credit. Yeah, we have to credit the goalkeeper.
South Korea. Our president need time. Why? It's and then the disadvantage is that in this World Cup, the referees have decided that if you waste the time, you play it.
Yes. Yeah, you are going to play.
So don't be surprised that 10 minutes and we might end up playing 12.
12, yeah. The time you spend on the pitch, you play it. And today, Atizigi has been superb. He's been really good, imposed his composure, confidence. I think all the players, it's been an all-round performance by them. and they really need to manage this game and win. We need the 3 points back.
This is why we say mental toughness. And in 1990 World Cup, in a run of 16, the indomitable Lions of Cameroon, after scoring against England, they were able to hold on till at that time, and then Gary Lineker got the equalizer for England, and then the English went ahead to win.
Yeah, it will be painful.
And the same thing happened to Senegal against Turkey. They scored one late minutes extra time, but now the Koreans come again. Lee, he has been unplayable. Yeah, the Koreans help us. This one was an outswinger. Dennis Odoi was the first to it. The Koreans, that's co-feature rather. He has not really been seen in the game, but you can't blame him.
Inaki Williams is suffering. He's really suffering.
Inaki, we are defending too deep.
Inaki, we are defending too deep, and that's a beautiful control from Lee to keep the ball. And these Koreans, my goodness, it's as if we are playing against Neymar and Ronaldinho. They're whipping the ball again. They get to the first. Jiku is there. Kansal is clear. I said that. And there is some good press from Kamal Dean. And Rafael Kakra. Go back. And this one, Jiku is there. Pressure. Lee, he whipping the ball and gets it. But now, Cho and his boys, and then they another dangerous ball. They whipping the ball, and Jiku is there.
Corner.
And Amate couldn't couldn't clear. And corner. And look at Lee. He is telling the Koreans, munye dede. Oh boy,
in every moment.
Akufa don't so in your time.
They need to be extra focused.
This is the time they need maximum concentration. Lee, he whipping the ball straight, and there we are there to clear a goal back. I can hear the news, the noise in town. They're whipping the ball again, and there is Inaki Williams doing his defensive duties. The Koreans, they might start to cry very soon. Son, he whipping the ball straight, and yes,
it's not out yet.
It's not out yet. Lee, he come again. Oh God,
we can breathe.
We can breathe. Almost 10 minutes. You can breathe.
What a game!
Let me drink water. If you are home, drink water.
It's been a good game.
And Kudus can't sit.
We need this win badly. And
we passed the 10 minutes mark, and this is the time I love about the South American North Africans.
They delay all the time they can. Some will be holding their legs.
And they do it in such a nice way that they are not booked for it. We've passed the 10 minutes mark, and I told you because of the time the Black Stars players wasted
on the pitch,
we might have to go to 12. Koreans come again. There is Kamal Dean Suleimana. He couldn't press. He leaves his marker to bring the ball to him. And there is Lee.
Corner.
And there was a deflection on Salis.
Referee whistles for full time.
And referee whistles for full time. And we are done. Anthony Taylor. Thank you very much, Anthony Taylor. And Ghana won our first 3 points in the game. The Koreans are happy. I think that Anthony Taylor should have allowed them to take that.
That's unfair to the South Koreans.
It's unfair.
It's unfair
to the Koreans.
Unfair to the South Koreans.
Korean coach is going to get a red card.
A red card.
Yes.
That's very unfair.
And South Korea's coach won't sit in the dugout in their final game against Portugal. The Black Stars, Kudus Mohammed probably might be the man of the match for the day. 2 goals.
Yeah, 2 goals for Kudus.
2 goals for Kudus, 2 goals for Cho. The Black Stars, The star is shining. Koreans, I think that all things in being equal, the referee was not fair to them.
He wasn't fair to them. At least
that last kick should,
yes, he should have allowed them to
be taken. Our men are on the pitch. Otuado. Now Adudi's time will be extended. Yes, Adudi's time will be extended, but after 90 minutes plus 15 of added time, both halves, the Black Stars of Ghana have won the game by 3-2 to keep our perfect match day 2 record. And before I go for a break and come to my studio panel, let me take you to the record of South Korea again. But I'll take that after the break. This is Match Day Live. After 90 minutes plus 15 minutes of added time, it's Ghana 3, South Korea 2. We'll be back after this break.
Now, Susu sang quite be a one ton and be a man in quite be brave.
Mommy, you first can see about Kotoso. No, Mammy, I cook on some. Pepoga, send me sick from Lemonade Finance and let me £2.
Lemonade Finance.
Say they're sending money back home from UK, Canada, and now US. I accepted a instant charges. Exchange waiting in so dear. Unbeatable. Resume promo code no. Dr. Likey. Nenya £10, $10, and now $10 What first transaction? What this send this car coffee no? Dial to Lemon and Finance.
Are you still searching for the right platform to share your voice, thoughts, and feelings? Then the GhanaWeb Reporter on the GhanaWeb app is the perfect app for you. It is Ghana's only citizen journalism and infotainment platform. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, GhanaWeb Reporter links you up to the world. The reporter also gives you the opportunity to blog or become a citizen journalist, so you share stories with the rest of the world about cities, music genres, pop culture, tech, politics, etc. Download the GhanaWeb app from the Google Play Store or App Store on your smartphone and open it. Tap on the member button at the bottom of your screen and follow the easy steps to register with your phone number or email, and you are ready to become a reporter.
GhanaWeb Reporter, democratizing journalism and empowering content creators.
Now, Susu sang quite be a one ton and be a man in quite be brave.
Mommy, you first can see about Kotoso. No, Mammy, I cook on some. Pepoga, send me sick from Lemonade Finance and let me £2.
Lemonade Finance.
Say they're sending money back home from UK, Canada, and now US. I accepted a instant charges. Exchange waiting in so dear. Unbeatable. Resume promo code no. Dr. Likey. Nenya £10, $10, and now $10. What first transaction? What this send this car coffee no? Dial to Lemon and Finance.
The World Cup promises to be exciting, and there's no better place to catch the thrills and fun than Ghana's leading online platform, GhanaWeb.
From training ground reports, camp news, pre- and post-match analysis, and other human interest stories from the Mondial, GhanaWeb got you covered with expert views from journalists, current and retired footballers, and of course, our cherished readers and viewers.
Catch all the action on GhanaWeb and GhanaWeb TV.
It's a happy day for most Ghanaians because at the end of 150 minutes of action at the Education City Stadium in Qatar, it's the Black Stars 3, South Korea 2. The Black Stars continuing a perfect record on match day 2 in the FIFA World Cup. Kudus Mohammed scored twice, whilst Mohamed Salisu got the first goal for Ghana. Chow got the 2 consolation goal for South Korea, meaning that our destinies are now in our own hands as we prepare for the final group game against the country who prevented us from becoming the first African country to play in the semi-finals of the World Cup. In 2010, Uruguay, they are 2 times champions, so they won't be a pushover on Friday. But we are hoping that Cristiano Ronaldo and Fernando Santos will do us a big favor by beating the Uruguayans tonight, so that in the game on Friday, Ghana will just need a point to qualify to the round of 16, where we will most likely meet the Brazilians of world football. Ed, 90 minutes. First, are you impressed with the performance of the team?
Well, I am, because we've won, but I think there are areas we should be able to work on. I think there's still the issue about certain players and the performances we think we need to up. I think we also need to focus on the way we build up our attacks and then possession play and all that. Also, this attitude of playing 15 minutes of defensive game, I think it puts a lot of us on fire, and we cannot continue. But on the whole, I think it was a good performance for players like Tariq Lamptey. I think they came to the party, they showed their mettle. We have Mohamed Kudus, as usual, displaying what he can do, which we've all known that. I think Dede Ayew, well, in the first 45 minutes, I don't think this was his best game. I think this is not one of his best games. So maybe the coach would have to go to the table and see, because Dede Ayew on a good day is a very effective player. Jordan was fantastic with his 2 assists. I think his eye for set pieces and identifying where players are was okay. Now, where we have a problem is the 2 centre-back players, where it looks like at some point they lost concentration. In 2 games, we've seen that happen and considered two goals. We need to be able to look at that. But in general, I think 3 points in the bag. There's still hope for us to qualify from the group, and we need to work hard at that.
Sheriff, we get our first 3 points in the tournament.
Yeah, it's good we've gotten our first 3 points in the tournament, and we know in the group that we find ourselves, the most difficult game was the one against Portugal, and then we lost that game because it was Portugal by far the best team in that particular group. And so coming into this game, we needed to win this particular game, and we've won this game. I think it was a general team performance from the players. You cannot single out one player that you think that this player did not perform very well. Maybe you can talk of Andre Ayew, but for me, I think Andre Ayew, he did very well in the first 45 minutes. He's someone, I think it's because of his age, he cannot sustain that high playing 90 minutes because of the intensity in the game. The South Koreans, they were running all over the place, and we were supposed to match them in terms of pace and in terms of quality as well. And so he was a bit tired in the second half, and it delayed a little bit, the substitution delayed a little bit, but all in all, we did very well, we defended very well, we attacked very well, and then I think the 3 points is a massive for us going to the next game.
The 3 point is massive for us going to the next game. Baiba? between me and you, we've been here on GhanaWeb Mundial, and then it seems my prediction is coming to because you remember on GhanaWeb Mundial, I said that Portugal will beat everybody in Group H. Okay. We will beat Korea. We draw with Uruguay, and we are through. Do you now believe that?
It's on course.
Yeah.
And I think we have to commend the boys for the win. First of all, it's been a good all-round performance, starting from the goalkeeper. Talk of Tariq Lamptey's performance before he went off. Mohamed Salisu, Daniel Amate, Gideon Mensah, to the midfield, Thomas Partey. I think this is Thomas Partey's best game in the Black Star shirt. He made the third goal. He made it with that 10. And you talk about Salis.
After we gave him hit small.
Salis Samed, superb player. He has a lion's heart. Now you talk of Kudus Mohammed. Andre Ayew in the first half. Jordan Ayew in the first half. Inaki Williams throughout the 90 minutes. Although he's been isolated, but he still, I mean, he gives us his work rate and all that. So it's been an all-round performance. I was disappointed in Otuado. He delayed his substitutions. At some point, we knew it was obvious.
Right. So when we will talk about the coach, then we wrap up and go back. I just wanted your...
Yeah, I think the Koreans gave us the game we all anticipated they would give us, but I didn't anticipate that they were that good with crosses. They were very good, and Lee changed their game. And I mean, in the last 10 minutes, we survived not to concede the equalizer. But then again, gets me back to the question. In our game against Portugal, we defended woefully. In this game against South Korea, we bottled 2 goals in a space of 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
So going forward, you can't continue like this. In a game against Uruguay, where they have potent strikers, they will beat you. By the time you realize you are losing, and you wouldn't progress.
And then likely the round of 16 will meet Brazil.
Brazil, we are done. I think Otuado needs to go. Do a good job with his defensive shape, because if we were able to defend very well, we would have been done with a 2-0 win. We could have managed the 2-0, then we walk away. But because of our mess in defending, we conceded 2 goals, and then we had to leave that dangerous in the dynamics of the game. But all in all, it's been a really, really good game for the neutrals.
It was a good game for the neutrals and a good game for Ghanaians. But let's do our final one. Ed, in terms of what the coach did right and what we have to correct going in the game against Uruguay.
I think we need to be more tactically disciplined. Our defense with the setup should be well worked on, because the Uruguayans are much better clinically than the South Koreans are. And they know how to play ball. They know how they can run. They are clinical in front of goal. Their defensive setup is much better than the South Koreans. So it's something we need to look at. I think that we have to make certain decisions regarding our midfield and our attacking forward. Is it still going to be Inaki throughout, or we are going to find a way at some point to pair the striking, so that there's some level of potent attacking going forward to minimize the defense? Because, as I said earlier, this tournament has shown that if you really, really want to defend well, you need to go out and attack all out. The goalkeeper, I think the goalkeeper, he's done so well, but we need to work on the defensive setup and stuff. But anyway, I think today has been a good day for Ajax as a club, because in the earlier game we saw what Dusan Tajik did, and then we've seen what Mohamed Kudus has done. So I think kudos to the Ajax. By now they'll be blasting our ears on social media about what they have produced so far.
And Sheriff, what do you expect to see change in this our setup on Friday when we meet Uruguay?
I think on Friday when we meet Uruguay, I know the Uruguayans definitely they are going to attack us, and so we need players in attack. We need people who can run with the ball. And so for me, I think it will be better if we let Andre Ayew, the captain of the side, sit on the bench, and then we get Kudus to play through the middle, get either Kamal Adin and then Jordan Ayew on the flanks, or Kamal Adin and Osman Bukari on the flanks, so that they can make sure that they run with the ball whenever we are on transition.
They also exploit the spaces
behind the Uruguayan back line, because when you look at the Uruguayan back line, they are very old. It's a very old back line. It's not a young back line. They are aged. So whenever we get these players to run directly with the ball, it's going to help us. And so for me, I think in our next game, the coach should be bold enough to take that decision. Let's not forget when Andrea, you also joined the Black Stars, it took Milovan Radovas to take a bold decision.
He was benching our captain, Steve Napier,
and then Sule Muntari. So once he's also at the stage where he needs to give the young chaps the opportunity to play, I think he's supposed to be able to understand the coach and then give the young, motivate them, give them the opportunity to play so that we can go to the next stage of the competition. Let's not forget that when we progress from the group stage, we are going to meet Brazil. If they top their group, we are going to meet Brazil. So we need more energy. We have to reserve more energy. And I think with him, whenever he comes in the second half, it's going to help us because he has got the ability to score goals. And then he's someone who can motivate the players on the field of play. So I think in going to our next game, the coach should be able to make some bold decisions.
Make some bold decisions. And if you're a Ghanaian and you don't want to meet Brazil, probably you have to play that Switzerland will beat Brazil this afternoon at 4 p.m. If not, certainly we'll meet the Samba boys at the run of 16. Let me end with you. What are people saying on social media and what you expect, the changes you want to see in our game against Uruguay?
Yeah, in our game against Uruguay, just as you mentioned, Andrea, you are expecting to start from bench because against Uruguay,
you need pace.
Supposedly they lose against Portugal. It means that game they are going to come with all guns blazing for a win because they have one point. They would need a win to qualify because South Korea beating Portugal it will be difficult. So I think we should be careful with our lineup. And then two, because the Uruguayans have taller strikers and we fumble defensively, we should know how to organize our backline against them. Because if you allow these crosses into the area and Darwin Nunes gets his head to it, there's Luis Suarez, Cavani. You can have Cavani in there. And even with the second balls that Korea were getting, imagine this ball fall to Valverde. One shot and then it's in. So there's a lot to improve. Although the boys did well, there's a lot to improve, and I expect that Otoado will make bold decision in the next game. Drop Andrea, get a young player in the midfield so we can contain them, press, and then put ourselves on the front foot against Uruguay. We need a draw in that game to qualify. So it's achievable.
We might not necessarily need a draw because. Ed, let me put, and then Sheriff, I want to in. So, if Portugal beat Uruguay tonight, it means whatever happens, they are topping the group.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, in their final game, they won't really be motivated to put in their best men. And then they might try to rest players. They might try to rest Ruben Diaz, Bernardo Silva, Ronaldo Bolgbe, so no, he won't understand. Danilo, all these influential. So it means that if Portugal also lose their final game to Korea. And then so we just have to win on Friday to avoid.
We can draw and still qualify.
We can draw and qualify because on head-to-head,
no, the World Cup is goals first.
Even with goals first, we are better than South Korea.
But as it stands now, plus one.
As it stands.
Yeah, plus one. But
we don't have any goal. As it stands.
The Portuguese team, they don't like losing. Even if the opponent is small, they don't want to lose because. You see,
like a brand to protect.
Yes, it is something that they just don't like doing. They want to always win every single match. So I don't see how they would let that go. But I find the Korean team, looking at what we did with Portugal, I find it possible for them to draw with Portugal or even beat Portugal, because they are a very, very tricky team. Especially if you look at the second half, how they played with us. Our only luck was that we got the goals, or else it would have been a disaster for us. So I think we need to shape up properly and understand that we don't have a choice but to win. Yes. And that's the only way. It doesn't matter. It's funny. The funny thing is that
if you go for a win and you get a draw, we are true.
And you get a draw, you are true. But I mean, do you think Portugal would like to play Brazil?
No, but you see, Portugal will have a score to settle against the Uruguayans because in the I think the UEFA Nations League or in the Euros.
I'm not talking about tonight because for tonight, but for Portugal they have a score to settle because last year it was the Uruguay who sent them home.
Yes.
So I was talking about the final group game because it will be played at the same time.
Yes. But you see, my point is that this game will also have an influence in the last game because when you look at the Portugal side, whenever Ronaldo starts, it means the team is not a team that can possess the ball very well. That's why they struggle against Ghana in the first half. For me, whenever Ronaldo starts, Ronaldo thrives on spaces now. He's not someone who can pick the ball and then go past 2 or 3 players. So he thrives on spaces now. So definitely they will be playing on the counter attack. So whenever you meet them and you give the ball to them, they find it very difficult to break your lines. And I think Uruguay will definitely give the ball to them. They will not go head to head with the Portuguese. They will give the ball to them to play. They take the pace of the game, and when they do that, the counter attack will work for them, and they will beat Portugal.
All right. So we heard from Sharif Mohammed, my colleague from Star FM, and then our boss Edward Smith here at GhanaWeb. Emmanuel Lenin, you've been seeing him since we started GhanaWeb Mundial, so he doesn't really need introduction on the show. I know you are happy that the Black Stars of Ghana, finally we have our 3 points. And hopefully Friday, perfect day, a holiday in Ghana. So if we qualify throughout the weekend, you know how it is. Thanks very much, Richard Van der Poy, Hazel, Emmanuel Ahinale, and then my director for today, Ebenezer Aka. To everybody who supported with the logistics and the planning, I say thank you very much. My name is Joel Eshen, and until we meet again, don't forget, on Wednesday, GhanaWeb Mundial is going to be all women affair, and will be hosted by the host of Nkomo Entertainment, and then Mons and Kudus. Yes,
it will be a nice show.
That show that they will know. Yes, the host will be here. My name is John Eshen, and until we meet again, it will be on Friday. Match Day Live, Ghana versus Uruguay. We'll be back on Friday.
Now, to sang quite be a want on and be a man in quite baby.
Mommy, you first can see about Kotoso. No, Mammy, I could concern. Mipoga, send me sick from Lemonade Finance and let me £10.
Lemonade Finance.
Say they're sending money back home from UK, Canada, and now US. I accepted a instant charges. Exchange waiting so the unbeatable. Resume promo code no Dr. Likey. Nenya £10, $10, and now $10 Canadian. What first transaction? What they send this car coffee no? Dial to Lemon and Finance.